Bashers! It is Friday night at 6:05. Oh my God, I'm 5 minutes late. How did that happen? How did the Friday get away from you? How does Friday get away from you? Dear Bashers, it is Friday Night Classic. The big guy doing his Who Needs a Drink, and he'll be here shortly for us to unwind and unravel, hopefully, as best as we can. Let's see who got in here. Paz got in here at number one. What? Pazuzu is here first? Well, I don't know if you know how the way it works, my friend, but if you send me an email to basherdirk@gmail.com, that is basherdirk@gmail.com, I shall return to you an iBASHERS song. It's called the Basher of the Day song, and it's different all the time. If you get a bunch of them, you get different songs all the time. I've recorded 2 of them today. So send it off to basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. And there you go. How crazy is that? Dave Fahrenheit 451 got in there at number 2. He's the reigning champion by a long margin of Basher of the Days, and he always acquiesces and says, I shall bestow upon the next worthy person who has never been Basher of the Day before, which is the nicest thing in the whole wide world. I'm glad he waited. Good luck. Does that mean you get your own song? It sure does. You just got to email me. You could make one up if you want or something. As long as you get the email, send your song. Panel power. Look at that. What's going on there? You got a half a smiley face with a what is going on? What's going on with that emoji? I've never seen that before. Number 4, it's Daniel Gutierrez. How are you, buddy? Buddy. Pass the duchy on the left side. That was a hit here too. Kevin Landon in at number 5 today. Greeted. It's so hot in here. I just had my air conditioning on, but man, I have to turn it off for the show. It's 1,000,000 degrees in New York. Upvoted number 5 today. Greetings and happy Friday to Dirk, Oshin, and all the bashers working today. So I'll catch the replay. Boo! Next week. You're working 6 days. I know you said that yesterday. Franco Fiore, signore, buonasera, signore, grazie mille. Please upvote, per favore, if you can. We would appreciate it so very much. It's a nice little gang here in the iBashers community. If you're part of it, if you know about it, if you want to be a part of it, that's all you got to do. And Andrew Wolkovich, Canadian $5. Congratulations, Paz. The Bastards are an amazing family. They are. And I hope that you will have an amazing day. Upvote and subscribe, and everyone become a Patreon if you can. And just so I want to make sure I get this in here all the time because I just want to let all the Patreons know how incredibly grateful I am for them. Keeping the lights on here at iBashers. I made one of the big moves today, but let me give Andrew his very own signature gall. Ooh, this coffee is hot. Joel O'Farrell Glass, Drooby Doo. Coffee, absolutely delicious. I'm having a coffee, and then I'm going to finish up that bottle of wine from last week because I got about halfway through it on ice with some salsa because that's delicious as always. Ken Furby, very nice pass. The devil may care. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dirk. The power of past commands you to upvote and subscribe. It reminds me, it's funny with all the devilish stuff that's going on in today's thing. The first song I had written for the next Hitman record, which will probably never happen, is a song called Devil May Care. And it's really good. It's very, very heaven and hell Dio sounding song. And that's kind of what I was going for when I wrote it. I didn't especially write it for Hitman, but I just wrote it. Anyway, everybody really liked it. It was definitely going on the record. And then the shit just blew up in our face. And what are you going to do? Maybe one day. Congratulations, past first timer. Indeed, the First Timers Club. Happy Bashing Fridays. Dude, do send an email and you'll get the song. And then you guys could play it. Wouldn't that be funny? Dino, devil's work here. The devil may care. Dean says, devil's work here. What's going on? Dean also says, well done, Past Dirk will be happy that someone new gets the tune. I'm always happy when somebody gets a tune. Well, you know what it is. I'll tell you, how many songs have I done so far for Basher of the Day? How many are in this folder? Basher of the Day. Are you not? Oh, I got a pinwheel. Don't pinwheel on me. Oh, shit. I'll wait. There it goes. 393. So what happens is if somebody gets many Bashers of the Day, if they've had a couple, look at this. Are you going to do this to me again? Oh, raw the bread and butter. Here we go. 1 minute, gang. I'll be right back. Wow. It's like there we go. I don't know what's going on there, but as I was about to say, I made the first step in my new rig. It's Chrome related and it's StreamYard related because it does not happen. Nothing like that happens in my regular working world, which is all the studio stuff and all that junk. So I don't know what's going on there. Hey, there's a guy. Oh, he's quick tonight. 6'11". Hey.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I had to leave and come back because it was doing that crap again.
You're kind of in low quality.
Am I in low quality?
From this end, the picture is, it looks like your bandwidth on your internet isn't great.
I have gigabit Ethernet. What could that possibly be?
I love this comment. Ushing sent me. I'm scared.
Don't be, is it really low quality? Is that what happened that Sunday?
Let me take a look. Yeah, it's kind of pixelated. Really? If you open another tab or another window and pull up your actual stream as if you're a viewer, mute the sound or whatever you want to do.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You'll see. I'll make you big so you can see.
Oh,
it just got better.
Did it?
Yeah, it just got better. It looks so young.
I see it. Oh, and I just saw it.
You just saw it get better.
I just saw it get better. What the fuck? So is my problem? Has my problem the whole time been the internet?
Probably. Well, you know what I've been saying to you for a while. I think it's all to do with bandwidth and stuff. Yeah. Well, and probably the phone. The fact that you use a phone as a camera. It's time to get you a real camera. Hey, someone could buy it for you. I'm selling this one. This is the one I gave to Lydia for her birthday. This is the same exact camera as I use.
You might not want to sell that because I had this whole conversation. No, I had this whole conversation with your niece, and she's getting super into photography. And I was like, and she goes, I really love Canon. I said, well, you've got an uncle that knows everything about cameras, so why don't you have a conversation with him? And she goes, I never thought of that. I'm like, how could you not think of that?
That's fine.
Yeah, so you might want to hold on to that.
Yeah, sure. I'll wind up giving it away like everything else.
Right. Because she's so into photography right now.
Oh, that's great.
Has it cleared up now?
Yeah, so it's back to the way it normally is.
What in the frig? So you know what I did? I made the first move today towards the new rig. I bought the internal hard drive.
Okay.
So I'm gonna buy
external.
No, I'm putting.
A new drive. You're gonna put it inside? Is that possible?
Oh yeah, it certainly is.
You have to send me all the links for that. I might be interested in that.
Oh yeah,
mind you, I've got powerful machines. I don't need anything.
Sure. There's 3 companies making drives, and it's very easy to get in the Mini and do all that. It's really not for us. It's a joke.
Okay.
Super joke. It's like we could do that in our sleep.
Okay.
But Apple, of course, makes it proprietary. They don't have like the regular, and I don't. When I say M2, I don't mean their processor. I mean the style of that hard drive, which is big in gaming systems, right? So they make one that's proprietary with a different notch. But this company's making it, and everybody's swapping them out. There's a million YouTube videos about.
Fantastic!
Yeah, so you can just pop. I'm putting 2 terabytes in there. Because I have a 2 terabyte drive in my machine now, and you get slightly faster speeds than you would with the stock one.
Okay.
And I'll get a couple of big external drives, which I already have them anyway. But I need to get I need everything to be SSD. I still have some old hard. I still have some spinny disks.
Yeah.
Some Mac drives. I still have some, which is crap. It's time to move on. So I got that, and that should be here by Monday. And then I'm just going to get the base model with 24 gigs of RAM, and then a new screen, and then I'm done. And then 800 adapters.
Yeah, you got to get some adapters together
because it's all USB-C now. Oh, well, it's time to, and guess what? Then I get like the new version of Logic Pro and all the latest browsers. I'm so limited here as to what I can upgrade to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy town. Ray says, bring it fucking on. Yeah, baby. And Fergal is here. And Louise, hello, darling. It's Super Joe LaFaro. There's the handsome one. And Donald. Great to see you in the room. It's so great to see all the big Glenn Parker is the place to be. It's great to have you live on the show, man. Absolutely. Uncle Leo, hello. Dirk, is what happened to last week's show? I took it down. That's it. Wasn't on your playlist. I took it down. I love the new haircut. Yeah, it was time to go. It was time for some summer action.
Dude, you look young. What are you doing? You drinking lots of water?
I'm not drinking. I'm drinking shitloads of coffee and Diet Coke.
You look young.
And I have coffee and yeah, it was time. I just gotta really get serious about the now that it's freaking 800 million degrees here in New York.
It always flips like that, doesn't it?
Overnight, New York is a hellhole. Oh, it is just humid and disgusting. And I've got all the air conditioners in my house on and my door open because I have to turn this one off, obviously, because it'll just make a big racket. So I just buzzed it myself and I got rid of the beard. But my beard grows back in like, you got 20 minutes. It's fucking annoying. It's so annoying. If I was one of those businessmen, I'd be one of those businessmen that had like the electric razor under the desk.
Sure.
It's horrific. Hey, JHB 1999. Happy Friday, gents and all. Oh, that's a great one. Thanks, buddy. Great to have you in the room. Let's give you a big bang super chat. That's a really, really good one. That's what we call a huge super chat. Thanks so much for that. How was your show and what was it about tonight?
It was about the cigar vendor here who got arrested.
Oh, right. What's the? I was taking care of Rose today and trying to find her stray cat. So tell me what's going on with that. Is he in prison?
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, it's a big felony.
Well, he's a credit card scam.
Yeah, many of them back to back. You know, it's going to be worse for him than the people who actually stole the cards. You know, the
God,
pickpocket.
it's the worst. He's the worst because they'll never. Those people are like the wind.
Yeah. So yeah, it's rough. His father is too old, so his father's at home.
Let him go, right?
Yeah. Well, he's under house arrest, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What a stupid thing to do when. And I know that you mentioned that his wife has her own business.
Yeah.
And they're considered, I mean, maybe one of the reasons why they're well-to-do is because of his little side hustle.
His side hustles. He does have other side hustles that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the guy very well. You know, I just have a little chit chat with him real quick sometimes when I go in and grab a cigar. He likes watches, you know. One thing that has been a struggle that I didn't realize, now I realize, is the fact that I've shown Smoking Moses, which is a totally different guy who sells cigars, and he has a Daytona also. So people are saying, is it him? You know, I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
So I'm trying to clear that up. But anyway,
just your local tobacconist that you go to. It's like one of 800 million that you find in any town in Italy, guys.
Yeah, well, he's a little better because he would open later. He would keep his store open till like 11 at night. So sometimes I'd run out of smokes, and all the places close around 7:30. So if I don't think of it, then it's 9 p.m. and I'm like, oh fuck. So
you hate that.
I'd usually go to him then, but you know, I've been in a store maybe all of 10 times, you know, ever. Whereas I'd go over to Smoking Moses when I really want serious cigars. You know, he's way better for that stuff.
He's but anyway, purveyor of fine tobacco smoking.
Yeah, and he's in an area there where it's mostly just locals. I don't think he gets a whole lot of walk-ins. Whereas this guy, the guy who's sitting in jail, he would get shitloads of walk-ins because he's right there in Rialto. Like people pass the store constantly. So I took video. You know where it is, do you?
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
Yeah,
I'm slugged. I'm not moving correctly again.
Yeah, it's your bandwidth, man. It's bandwidth issue.
You want to hold down the fort? I'm gonna unplug my modem and come right back.
Sure.
Because it's got to be modem related. It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'll remove.
It's back to me again. Maybe back to smoky, low, drawling voice once again. You can go back to sleep. Thanks, JHB, for the super chat. These super chats go to Dirk, by the way. They're not nothing to do with me. I'm just here for support. Omega fanboy Ian, the receiver is treated harder than the thief. Yeah. I mean, the thieves stole a wallet. He did the processing. He did the fraud. You know, they're up for theft. He's up for fraud. You know what I mean? And again, so fucking silly for a guy who has money, who lives well, who has a great store. So silly. Degeneration. X69. Usheen, it took me ages to type this YouTube web address. Round 2. Not sure what you mean, man, but There's a good question, TG. What are we drinking tonight? Martini over there. I'll go get a little wine. I just had a little vino that was opened last night. But you know, I guess I'll open a little wine or whatever. I'm trying to take it easy on things lately. Eating light and stuff like that. DG, time to sell his Daytonas. I know. You're right, DG. I wonder will they go to me for Simone? He'll ask Simone, hey, can you buy these off me? I think Simone should just not associate with him at all. It's time to cut all ties there if Simone has any. Scotty Love, probably fake Cubans. No, he was the only authorized dealer for Davidoff in Venice. He had a little cool deal there with Davidoff. And a big Davidoff display and everything. So silly. What a waste. What a waste. And for what? For a few extra bucks? Come on. But as they say here in Italy, if you rob big, you get away with it. It's the people who rob small who get caught. It's an old phrase. Se ti rubi una fascina e ti manda in rovina. This is dialect, in case you think it sounds strange. It's northern dialect. Se ti rubi una fascina e ti manda in rovina, se ti rubi un milione e ti manda in pension. Sounds like French, doesn't it? If you rob a thing of hay, it's an old term from 100 years ago. If you rob a thing of hay from a field, you'll be ruined by the Italian government. But if you rob $1 million or €1 million, you'll just go into pension. Because, of course, you can pay for a good lawyer or whatever. That's what they're saying. Friend of mine, friend of ours. What What do I call you? You keep your mouth shut about me. That's the end of that quote. Good one. I like it. Friend of mine. Friend of ours. Donnie, you got to get that boat. Great film. I got to watch that. I haven't watched it in ages. Ray, $5. Thank fuck for uncomfortable silences. I needed that. Thank feck for the iBASHERS. Yeah, there's no silence on the iBASHERS. There's loads on my show. You guys probably wonder if I'm even still talking. There's probably so many pauses. You're like, my internet stuff? Oh no, here he comes.
Hey.
Well, the quality looks good, but let's see if it holds.
I just rebooted freaking everything. So maybe that's it. You know, like I actually haven't done that. Maybe I just needed a good boot, good reset. Sorry about that, ladies and germs. But you had the incomparable Mr. O'Malley to keep you warm in this cold, wintry night.
We were just talking about. I was mentioning because there was a friend in town last week.
Now you're on me.
Now I'm. Oh, really?
What the fuck is
oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's see. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Joe LaFaro, 1999 for the 800 adapters. Oh man, you know how many adapters I'm gonna have to get for everything? Because everything I have, all this new protocol that they make you use is just ridiculous. I'm gonna give
or you could just buy one 12 terabyte drive and just dump everything on that, and with the new connection. I've noticed, because I had to do the same exact stuff. Sure. I've noticed now all my stuff is the new connections.
Of course, yeah.
There's a handful of adapters, but not many. You just get used to the new connections, and be careful with those. You want to test those. Use the Blackmagic speed drive thing and test those, because some of the cables, the USB-C cables, are not as fast as others.
Right, you have to get the ones that are also lightning.
Yeah, you got to get the ones that are fast, and then you see the transfer speed go up by 2,000-fold.
Isn't that crazy?
You can't use, like, if you have a power, because you can power things through USB. So a lot of people use those as power cables. If you use one of those power cables for your transfer, it'll work, but it'll be mad slow.
Oh no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is going to be getting a new monitor, because obviously I have an iMac, which is a big 27-inch screen. So I'm going to get one of those, like, widescreen fuckers, and those are HDMI, which is great because they don't take up a USB or a lightning port. So that's cool. So
just so you know, they're lower resolution.
What are the widescreen ones?
The widescreen ones.
All of them?
There's one I found that has higher resolution. It's expensive.
Well, listen.
You know what they are?
Anything for the bashers.
They're a 4K screen. Right? Cropped. So if that's a 4K screen, and then you cut the bottom off of it, that's what you're getting. So you're missing all of these extra pixels here. It's nice and wide, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And if you can, you should get slightly curved. Once you go curved, you'll never go back. Slightly curved screen is a beautiful thing.
Oh,
and then when you see a flat screen, you're like, ugh. What's doing it again?
Wow. I'm
stuck. Is it your phone? You're stuck, yeah. Is it your phone? You can't hear me.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Can you hear me?
Doing it again.
He can't even hear me. Jesus.
It's not
crazy.
Hold on.
Quit out of other applications and stuff.
You could be.
I was going to go run and grab a drink, but I'm not going to do it while he's having this problem.
I can hear you. You
can hear me? Did you hear all the terrible shit I just said about you? Joe LaFaro, for the 800 adapters, let me give you a ring-a-ding-ding for that. Which one is it? This one. Paz, $5. The lover of life's not a sinner. The ending is just the beginner. The closer you get to the meaning, the sooner you'll know that you're dreaming. Interesting. Thanks for that. Give you a little gong. He's gone. He's gone to reset. I hope he restarts his phone. I think that's the thing he needs, because he uses his phone as a camera. Somebody want to buy him this? I'll buy him that. I'll send it over to him. You can plug it in, wire it up. I have all the stuff because I use the same. Have a real kind. Then he'll be able to do what I do. This to show the watches close up. Boom. Carlin Martin, $50. I feel like I should wait till Dirk is back for this, because he'd be leaping out of his chair to help keep the lights on. And the second one, Carlin's coming in heavy for the curve monitor. Better bring that to Dirk's attention. Thank you, Carolyn. That was $100 in total. It's 2 back to back. Mrs. Martin does not play around. He'll be delighted. So I'll leave those up. I mean, the others are obviously appreciated too. It's just, that's pretty heavy going there. That's pretty cool shit. What else is happening? Oh, I got a text from him. He's having trouble. Be right back. Okay, I'm locked up. Okay. Technology is not helping poor old Dirk tonight. How much is the camera, Eddie? These things are $950, $1,000 at retail. I suppose $650. Has all the stuff, has the charger and the battery and all that. It's essentially new. I got it for her. It's the same as the one I'm using right now that you're looking at. It's the exact same one. And last year for her birthday, her camera died, and I said I'll get her something new, and I got her this, and she never touched it. She's too busy, but she's in love with the Canon 5D Mark II, which is an old camera, but she just loves it because she's so used to it. And now with filming, she has access to all this like $1 million equipment and stuff through the college. So she's shooting with Arri Alexa and huge cine lenses, stuff that you could never purchase yourself. They're far too much money. I think the Arri Alexa is like $75,000 just for the body. And you need a license. She has a license for Arri Alexa. You have to put in your license identification before the thing will even turn on. It's all sewn up. So she doesn't really need a video camera. She just wants to take some snaps. So I got her a used Canon 5D. She was here last week and I gave it to her. And she's delighted. It's the same one as what broke. So I was like, well, give me that gorgeous thing I gave you last year. What's handy with this is it has the USB-C and everything. You can plug it into your computer and use it as a webcam like I'm doing with the one you're looking at. It's identical model. It's the Canon RP. So he could just set that thing up and then not have to have these kinds of issues, and also have much higher quality depth of field, nice dark blacks like I have. Look, see, that looks, it's proper black. It's not gray, it's actually black. That's what you get out of real cameras. depth of field and dynamic range and all those things. Like a little camera and a phone can never compete with that. How could it ever? You know, the actual camera element of a phone is that size. It's just never going to compare with a real camera. It's nice. Or if you want to buy it for yourself, who said it? Dean? Or was it Eddie? Who said that? Yeah. Yeah, it's because it's sitting here. I mean, maybe I should keep it as a backup, but I already have two. Knowing me, I'll get one. I'll kill one in the rain or something someday. See if I can go through camera gear like there's no tomorrow. Dr. Tom, is this QVC? No, but you know what is QVC? Your fucking anus. Shut your mouth. Is this QVC? Are you giggling now? God, what a shitwit. Goodbye. Degeneration once again. Do you think Bremont will survive the next 5 to 10 years? The rebrand backlash has been immense. Hard call. I don't know. Bremont are probably more popular than they should be. I don't find them to be an extraordinary brand. I don't know where they get their. When I went to Geneva, I walked into Watches and Wonders, and the first big display was Bremont. It's the very first one when you walk in. It's like, Jesus, where are they getting the money? Where does it come from? Do they really sell that many watches? I don't know. But you do bring up a good topic, degeneration. How are brands going to survive? You know, how many brands are going to die now in the next few years because of the change in markets and stuff? Did Rolex bring up their price? Anybody in the stateside, did the prices go up on the Rolex website? Apparently they were going up by 3% and Omega by 5%. You're back.
That was a lot of fun.
What did you reset this time?
I did the old parameter RAM reset.
So it's not the phone.
It's not the phone. This shit got locked the fuck up. My whole computer locked up. It just stopped.
Wow.
It's definitely not the phone. Because my phone is, it's a relatively new phone and it's plugged in via USB. I'm not using Wi-Fi or any of that kind of crap.
Okay.
It's plugged into USB. It's I don't know what it is, but holy crap. And I come back. By the way.
Yeah, you got some big ones.
Carolyn, I called you today.
2 back-to-back from Carolyn Martin.
Well,
I'll be back in a second. I'll just go grab a bottle of wine.
Carolyn Martin, thank you, man. I called you today, darling, because I want to know how you're feeling. She's under the weather, and I care about her. She's my friend. Oh my God, Giants. Let's see if this all works. I don't know what the hell that was. It's because I told my computer, look at it's doing it again. I told my computer I was starting the ball rolling on replacing her, and she's mad at me. That's probably what it is. I'm just going to deal with the slowdown of whatever the hell this is. So this is a nuclear assault right here. Thank you very much. Wow, this thing is fucked. Wowee. Am I locked again? I might have to switch to oh brother. What in the world, my friends? What in the world is this about?
Everything okay?
mouse.
Locked up again. Sorry about this, guy. Anybody watching it? You guys don't need to hear about technical issues.
No, I'm locked up again. You know what it is? It's camo. It's
right.
It's. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can't hear me, can you? Again, it's hard, guys. It's very hard when you're doing this kind of diagnostics to know what the weak link is in the chain. It's just hard to know. Assuming it's the computer is a lot to assume. There are so many other variables in the chain.
I know. Oh, you can. I'm just switching the USB port. See if that helps things. Something. Oh, look at that.
What happened?
Keychain circle notification. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe it's the heat, says Joe LaFaro. Good point. The heat is affecting your iMac or your phone. You know, when iPhones get hot, they start behaving very strangely. He should feel his phone if it's all hot. But he is running a green screen and doing all sorts of fancy stuff, so it might be the heat, but he blasts air conditioning. Maybe you should. Are you back?
Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, Joe LaFaro was making a good point. It might be the heat. Do you have the air conditioning on? You can put it on.
I don't. I'll put it on.
You should put it on. Hold
on 1 second.
Because your phone as well will overheat when it's being used.
My phone is cool as a cucumber.
Okay. So maybe
just check that. Hold on 1 second.
I think you're onto something, Joe. Joe, of course, is a doctor, so he would be troubleshooting is kind of his job. Sorry about this, guys. We'll get back to the chat. Let me see if I can pick up where we left off there. Yeah, thermal throttling.
Yeah, well, I just checked all my updates. They all seem to be normal.
Well, think of what changed. You said it's boiling hot.
Yeah,
and you have the AC on now.
I just turned it on.
It's just a drone in the background. It's not.
But I still see a little.
It's not annoying. Okay. Well, it's going to take a minute for the room to cool down.
Let me close the door.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what I did was I turned all the air conditioners on in my house, so I had some cross ventilation all the way through because I wanted to turn that one off.
It's not so bad, man. We can't really hear it.
Okay. But you can see
a little bit of light background noise. It's nothing. We'd rather have you on here.
Sure. Sorry, gang. I knew it was bad, but it's never been this bad. Never, ever in a million years.
It could be the heat because, you know, computers, when they start getting really hot, they start doing exactly this kind of problem.
And this thing is late 2015, top of the line iMac for its day, but it's had its day.
Well, my computer is that old too, and I'm not having those issues.
What
computers don't age like a person or a horse or a car or whatever. They don't.
Right.
They're digital. They either stop working or they work. They don't have an age. They don't have skin and flesh. They don't age like that.
I wonder
software updates age or become, what's the word? Yeah, out of date.
Yeah, obsolete.
Obsolete. Thank you. Can't even think.
Very strange. I was working on music all day today. I had tons of tracks running. Everything was running really great. It's this, whatever I do here. It's the combination you said.
You're running the video card, and
yeah. My my phone. It's a combination of the phone. I use special software so the phone works. I have to use this thing called Camo Studio, which
they
once
don't
I get
it, they don't need to hear about that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, there's variables. Yeah, there's variables.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about twat sticks and nasty people that we hate.
Yeah, man.
This is very weird. I see the staggery shit. I'm going to try one quick thing and then I'll be right back. Because I think that there's one thing that I didn't do that I'd like to try.
Okay. Omega fanboy Ian. Dirk's haircut is too hot for this phone. He looks good. I could never get away with a haircut like that. You gotta have a very good face to be able to pull off a haircut like that. I'm finally having a drink. It's nice in the city. I had drinks with Simone earlier. Just a little spritz and some water in the piazza. It was nice. Good chat, lovely air. Lovely mild evenings right now before the heat really moves in.
That always helps whenever that happens, but I'll do a little less. Let me fix this. Yeah. For all the people out there that are anal. I should just run the theme song now so we can just start off. Welcome to iBASHERS, everybody.
It's all right. It's all right.
Dirk's haircut is too hot for his phone. I'll tell you something. There's nothing greater in the whole. Have you ever shorn your hair off completely?
No, I was just saying to the crowd, like, you have a great face, so you can get away with anything. I can't. I would look very strange.
I don't think you would.
I don't have the face for that.
I think you'd look super duper handsome and rugged. You'd kick up the rugged ladder.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make a promise then. So I'll lean up during the summer. I'll get nice and fucking tanned and a little leaner. Yeah, because I got to do that anyway. And then I'll cut my hair mad short.
There you go. Yeah. That's the way to think about it.
Because I can't be puffy, with the shaven head.
It's the first.
You don't have that puffy shit.
Oh, I have some of it. Believe me. There's no Haagen-Dazs in my future. Is
that your weakness? A little ice cream?
No, I couldn't care less about ice cream. My weakness is bread. I love the carbs. It's the polar opposite of what you like.
Right.
I love carbs. I love pasta. I love bread. I should eat more fruit. I should drink more water. But I just don't like any of those things.
DG, is that a speedy? Yes, it's a speedy. Are we both doing speedy tonight? You doing speedy too?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, I have to say that I wear my speedy most. Oh, look, am I locked again? Great. Well, now it went.
Oh boy.
Are you doing that, or are you doing that?
Well, I'm doing full screen so we can see your speedy.
Oh, okay. Because it's okay. There you
go.
Yeah. I wear the speedy more than any other watch. I do. Because I'm a speedy kind of guy. It's the most comfortable bracelet in the world.
I have this on a nice vintage. You should get a nice vintage strap. Leather vintage vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should.
We have Michaela in the room.
Michaela says, Michaela.
I'm not a sweets person either.
Yeah, it's not my thing. I like bitter things, coffee, and
yeah.
Paul's a big sweets guy. He has to have follow-up dinner with either ice cream or cake or some chocolates or sweets or whatever. I mean, I do like, I love great chocolate, but I think that's in a different class. I just think high end, like really great truffles or things like that. That's a treat, and you have one or two, and you're done. But I couldn't care less about a candy bar. I
think it's a good habit to get out of. A lot of people want that sweet at the end of their meal as closure. Some sort of closure for the meal. But when you get out of that habit, then you're just not interested. If I'm at a restaurant and people are getting dessert, I'll just get a scotch. I'll get a whiskey or something.
Don't you also think that the pacing in restaurants is odd? Like, for example, if I was to follow up dinner with dessert.
Yeah.
I don't want it right after I've finished my meal.
No, you need a good 20 minutes.
At least.
Usually what we do here is we don't have sweets at the, we finish dinner, then we go for a walk. On the walk home, stop at some place and get something sweet. So that way it's like a half hour later. Yeah, you certainly don't like, if you're having fish for dinner, you don't like just finish your fish and then go straight into ice cream. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing.
Yeah, you want some distance.
Neil just sold his tag Monaco because he wasn't wearing it. A lot of people find when they buy a Monaco that they don't wear it because of the size and the shape. It feels odd. It's a foreign thing. And if you're a Monaco guy, that's great. But if you're not, but you ordered the summer blue Aquaterra in 41. What a great choice, man.
That's very nice.
I've said this before. And when I was in Venice many years ago and Asheen surprised me with this watch, he offered me an Aquaterra, and he offered me the Aquaterra I really wanted, the green one. And I chose this because it's a Speedmaster, and because when I put it on, it just like instantly the Speedmaster was the Speedmaster, and it was like, oh God, I love it. And then it's like, because the Aquaterra is the perfect one watch collection watch. It's perfect. If you have one watch, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It wears well. The dial is gorgeous. The summer blue collection, I love that addition to their catalog. Congratulations, Neil. What a great choice. The Monaco is a very subjective thing. We all love them from afar.
I had a lovely Monaco in my hands today, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. It was bright. Where can I upload it to somewhere so we can see it? It was really, really nice. I don't know if I'd buy it, but...
What color? What color dial?
It's like white with stripes.
Yeah, that's the one, though.
That's
the one you want, though.
It's a bit Steve McQueen-y. I like the one with the orange and the blue.
Yeah, me too.
You send it over to a thing so I can show you guys. So anyway, I'm walking through. How do I get rid of this? I'm walking through Venice, and this is what I found. This is what I saw as I'm going through toward the Tabaccaria. The Tabaccaio. There it is on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Shutters down.
Oh.
And the sign. First of all, attention for pickpockets, and then the local cops. Yeah, it's been seized.
Seized, yeah. Oof, fucking Carabinieri. Don't fuck with them, guys.
No. Crazy, right?
You want to get arrested by the polizia. You don't want to get arrested by them.
No.
The high police.
They're not fun.
The best dressed cops in the universe.
Yeah.
It's those guys. I'll never forget. And here's a Dirk gay moment. We were in Florence in the 1990. And, I had never been to Italy before. And we're walking through Florence, and I see the most handsome man I've ever seen chiseled out of granite, and he was wearing a cape. And it was like, the red trim. It was just the most immaculate couture, police couture. It was incredible. Crazy shit. Yeah. Oh boy. What are they doing there?
They have them out. They took I think there was 2 pickpockets they grabbed in the act. They were watching and waiting for them to be in the act. They grabbed the 2 pickpockets and Paolo and Diego.
Wow.
And there's the store. And there's Monica. Attenzione, pickpocket.
Attenzione.
That's her.
Pickpocket.
That's her.
I love those videos, and I watch them on YouTube all the time, of the subways when you're in Rome or you're getting on the train, the terminale there. And there's always a person there yelling about the pickpockets, because that's where you find them generally. Mm-hmm. Heavy concentrations of tourists. Mm-hmm. Yeah, be careful when you guys go to Italy. If you ever go to buy train tickets at one of those machines, some people come up and they'll offer you assistance And it's not the person that's giving you the assistance; it's their accomplice that will steal your stuff.
I'm taking them away.
Yeah, good riddance to you, you scumbags.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine that? Ugh. What? And you know that when somebody realizes they've been pickpocketed, that horrible feeling. Have you ever been pickpocketed?
It's going to ruin your holiday. I have in Dublin 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
In Bewley's Cafe.
It's a really
it was the table behind me. The people sitting at the table behind me were able to reach behind them and grab, take my wallet out of my jacket. So I was just there today. That photo I sent you of the Cafe Macchiato was there. Man. Rosa Salva. And this is the famous church here where they always have some music exhibition going on and old instruments and so on. And then the tabac aisle right there. Tabacaria.
That's it when it was in its glory. It's in the side of a church.
Yeah. Well, everything's in the side of a church here.
Well, sure. But look at that. It's like that was probably like the baptistry at one time, and then they just will rent it out. Oh, look at that. It's crazy. Joe LaFaro said he got pulled over by the Carabinieri once in a Lamborghini. Yeah, man, they don't fuck around. Especially on the Autostrada. They're going to catch you. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Wow.
So
that's the one thing that drives me crazy about Italy is in a place like Venice, which is a living museum, who are the people that are doing all that graffiti? Because, graffiti in New York is almost completely gone.
Yeah.
It's almost gone. You don't see it anymore. But I noticed in a lot of European cities, it's certainly not just Venice or Italy, but in a lot of places, Spain's got very bad problems with it. Is it just 20 years behind? These guys want to tag all the walls, and they love roll gates. They love to spray paint those things.
Yeah, it's just whatever homeless dude going through in the middle of the night.
You think it's a homeless dude? I don't. I think it's bratty kids.
Or bratty kids.
It's just you just want to smack these bastards. I've said it because where I live, and on the block across the street, when the train tracks through there's that wall, that very long stone wall. And every day I'd come there and there'd be new stuff. So every single time I take a lawn chair and I put it outside and I would wait for these guys because I'm such an asshole. I'm going to go approach these people. And I never was able to catch one because they just want to wring their necks.
They usually do it at 4 a.m. or something,
Yeah, well, that's like lunchtime to me. I'm up
Shane McGurk has my new watch arrived. It has knots. So I bought a Seiko.
You did?
They're all curious.
Oh, which one did you get?
I can't tell you because I want to keep it secret and make a video.
Unveiling.
It's an unveiling, yes.
Unveiling.
They're all curious about it. So
now that this seems somewhat stable, Carolyn Martin, thank you, honey. She's not feeling so well right now, so I want to make sure that I'm going to give you the biggest bang boom. I'm just scared of these things today, so I'm going to give you the mega super chat.
I had already done one, but it's okay.
Oh, you did? Okay. And then
I'm just trying to cover for you here.
Thanks. And Ray with €2 photo sent of my happy barmans. New T. You got a new Tissot, Ray?
Nice.
Hey, did you send a picture?
I guess he sent it to Basherdirk.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that on Monday because I'm afraid to open that shit right now. I'm afraid to open things right now.
Yeah, I think the temperature might be the thing.
But you know what, Joe?
It's already improved.
It's improved, and I've got that blasting. And yeah,
it's already improved. And honestly, the way it was behaving was very indicative of a temperature issue.
Yeah. Wow, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Hippie PA, $4.99. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday to you. Happy Hippie PA. Cooking pasta al pomodoro and meatballs. Nice. Wearing my SKX007, 10 years on and still a favorite. So many memories with it.
Classic. It's
fantastic.
Classic.
That's my favorite dish in the whole wide world is Beckett pasta. I like spaghetti and
pomodoro.
That's what I want. That's all I want.
Well, he's got meatballs on it.
Oh, meatball. I'll skip the meatballs, but I'll go for the rest. Gong Woman 1. And Joe is wishing Carolyn Martin a speedy recovery. Yeah. I don't know if it's exactly COVID, but she was not feeling well.
There's a new strain. Oh, fuck. People are getting a new strain.
Really?
Yes. It's going around here as well.
Isn't it weird? I'm
not going to any airport or anything for the next while because that's where I always pick those fucking things up. Look at my head right now. I look like a lunatic.
You got a little bit of a split in the middle of your hair.
Yeah, it's like flames.
Flames on the side of my head. What movie is that from?
Face. That's Clue.
It's the best. I was talking about Tim Curry the other night because, he's been so ill for so long now. What an immense talent that guy was. And he didn't do all that much. He did Hunt for Red October and, of course, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And but that guy, he could sing like Bowie. He was a super talented guy.
Yeah.
And I was curious what had happened to him. Eddie, I gave my Monaco Golf away recently to a relative for college graduation. Isn't that nice of you? I think that the one
the Golf.
Yeah.
It's got an orange and a blue stripe.
It's beautiful.
I really like that one. Let me see if the other one came through in the email. It did. So now I can download it. Share it over.
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie.
I feel like Monaco is one of those, it's like a Speedy or a Silver. It's one of those watches you kind of have to have.
It's an icon.
Yeah.
What are the icons? What are the ultimate icons? The Sub, the Speedy. Those are the two biggest.
They're the biggest. The two of those. And the Daytona.
Okay.
Rolex have a few. Icons. Most watch brands have one icon.
If they're lucky.
Like Omega has one.
Royal
They're lucky, they have one. A Royal Oak for AP. Et cetera, et cetera. The list is long. Rolex have about 3 or 4 of those medals on their mantelpiece. They have the Daytona, the Sub, the Date Just,
and the Date Just,
and the Date. Yeah,
that's true. They do.
They're just kings,
Rolex just rules the world. That's just how it works.
Kind of, yeah.
Thanks, Eddie. Let me give you a bang for that. Let's see if it would. Seems so far things are going a little bit better than they were. Let me give you what I haven't done today, and I wanted to give Joe, I owe you one for that before, so let me give you the new one.
That's a great one. Oh my god,
and some cowbell.
So let me show you this Monaco. I'll share the window over. It's available for sale. It was over in Simone's store.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful watch. That's the one.
It's one. I think the Gulf is the one, but this is limited. Look how filthy my nails are. It's terrible. Limited edition.
You need a manicure, darling.
Yes, I do. Limited edition of what? 4,000 pieces. It's not very limited. Anyway, it's got a steel bracelet as well. Anybody who wants to buy it, I'll ask them how much.
Oh, is that yours now?
No, it's his. I don't mind if somebody wants to buy it. I'll ship it to them. I'll take care. I'll be the middleman for them.
Oh, you'll be the middleman.
You don't have to fly all the way to Venice.
You don't, but you might want to. Who doesn't want to fly to Venice?
Yeah. I've had people go, "Hey, I'll fly to Venice and buy that watch off you, and have a drink in the piazza, and then get back on a Ryanair or whatever, and just fly home with the watch on my wrist."
Does Ryanair fly into Marco Polo?
It does now.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So Falconara is going to be our airport, and that's in Ancona.
Mm-hmm.
In Ancona, and they Ryanair flies in there, and another airline that I never heard of, which is apparently part of the it's not German Wings, it's a different one, But there's like 3 airlines that fly in and out of there. But Ryanair is going to be like my airline, which sucks because Alitalia is so dead. Even Italy's airline doesn't fly into that airport, and it's a pretty big airport. You can go to Croatia from there. You can go so many places. It's weird. But Marco Polo. So Ryanair goes there now. Oisin O'Malley won't get on Ryanair. He's a man of principle.
I had to do it last year on one of the flights because how many flights did I take at the end of last year? 1 million. And one of the flights, because of the time, it was the time when it was the Aer Lingus one was at 7 a.m. and it wasn't going to work. And Ryanair had one in the afternoon. And something else, maybe it was sold out, the other one or whatever, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to take Ryanair. Fuck. I just had to just grin and bear it. Fine. And it was fine. Listen, fine. If it gets you there in one piece, but of course they did all the tricks trying to I paid for everything ahead of time. I paid for all the extra shit for the bag. I didn't try to skimp because that's how they get you. By the time you're in the airport checking in, it's too late. You're already on your way, and that's when they can charge. So I just paid for everything ahead of time. But they did almost try to get me. You know what they did? I arrived along Dublin airport, and I was like, yeah, I'm checking in for this. And they're like, did you check in online? And I went, no. And they said, you have to check in online, otherwise you get penalized. It's like, really? And she looks at the flight and everything, and she goes, you have 6 minutes to check in online, otherwise we have to charge you, I don't know what it was, $50 or something.
It's probably like 100
fuckers trying to just rip people off every single way you can. I despise that airline.
Yeah, because it's you get an $18 fare now. I traveled Ryanair only once in my life with your brother and Dana and the kids and stuff and Paul and stuff, and it was fun. And Emmett prepped me for all of the shit that goes on, so it was pretty seamless for us.
Okay, good.
Other than when he got charged an extra €100 because of the bag.
So it wasn't seamless.
The
bag was like a couple of grams overweight.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
So it wasn't seamless. He got fucked again by Ryanair, like they constantly do to people. Now here is we want to get spicy because this is the iBASHERS.
Yeah,
it's
spicy.
Yeah, everybody's angry at that CEO who's a piece of shit, right? What's his name?
Michael
Kelly or whatever.
Michael O'Dowd or Michael
O'Leary. Leary. And he is a piece of shit. He's the lowest form of life. But here's the problem. It's the people enabling. They're buying the tickets. It's people going, oh, look, we can go to Brussels for 99 cents. Honey, let's go. No, don't. Do not fly to another country if you're on this crazy wild budget, unless you're 17 years old.
Yeah.
You're
staying in hostels.
It's disgusting. Like, you're enabling this asshole because you go, oh, look, we can go all the way to Venice for €24. Like, fuck off. You know? Don't come to this town with €24. You know what I mean? And sit on the street with a pizza box. Here I go with my pizza box again. Like, don't do that. So the problem is not just, it's like the Trump thing. I don't mind Trump. I actually kind of enjoy him. It's the people who fucking put him there I have the problem with. Because he's just a dude who likes to play golf and talk about how great he is.
Oh no, he's been he's like the ultimate pawn in a chess game. He was the perfect guy to put on the suit and just speak for all the dicks.
Yeah. I'm just, if you want to be angry at someone, don't be angry at him. Be angry at the people who put him in power. Jesus. But anyway,
did you see what he was doing today? He signed a possible legislation to let Louisiana segregate schools.
Yeah, I saw that. And I saw that he withdrew himself from the negotiations between Ukraine and Russia. So I guess he held his hands up in the air and went, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to
because Ukraine started the war, so.
Anyway,
and he said that Zelensky is a dictator.
Let's go back to Ryanair.
Yeah.
But
fresh fruit on Ryanair, it'll never happen.
It's just like they're making it work, and they come along with their bags, and I'm like, and they all want to bring their bag on the plane. They're the worst. I hate those people. Fucking check your bag.
Want people to check bags?
Check your bag, you selfish cunt. I hate that.
I've never checked a bag ever.
Because you're always up front where you have all the room in the world. When you're down the back, man, everybody's fighting for that few inches of overhead, few inches. You get on the plane last, you forget it. You can't put your bag anywhere because everybody's hogged it because they got the smallest but biggest possible bag to fit in that fucking thing. Right. And they just bring their whole world because God forbid they have to wait for 15 minutes on the other end for their bag to come through. I hate it. I need a flamethrower in the airport for all those people. Just warm my hands against the fire.
I have the perfect carry-on bag. It's not too big. It's not too small. And what has happened to me is if I have been in the back of the bus and it looks like there's no room, the flight attendants usually approach you and say, "Can I check that bag?" And I say, "Yes, sure." And that just happened to me in Mexico.
Sure.
Happened to me. We flew JetBlue and we didn't even get on the plane, but they made an announcement at the terminal and they said, "Is there anybody willing to volunteer to check their bag?" And I said, constantly. "I'll do it."
Constantly. Miami, coming back from Miami was all that. Can somebody please, and I went up with my stuff and they were like, "Your stuff is not, it's not going to really work. That bag is going to open up and stuff." And I was like, all right. I figured I'd just offer to kind of alleviate some of the pain that these selfish pricks all sitting around here munching on Domino's pizza have taken. Like, it's just, I don't know. I can't get.
So if you're not getting the full picture, what Ush and I is doing here is he's saying, if you fly into Venice on Ryanair, you are the dregs of society, and please don't come here.
Please don't come. You wouldn't go to Vegas with $5 in your pocket, would you? So don't come to Venice with $5 in your pocket. Wait, save a little bit more money. You deserve to come and see beautiful Venice. Just wait. Don't do it on a budget with fucking Ryanair and think you're going to backpack around and sit on the street on all the steps. You know, they sit on the bridges.
I know. I've seen
That's
the video.
Illegal. You can get fined because the bridges are the street. Would you sit in the middle of the street?
It's a pedestrian street.
It's part of the street. They sit down on the thing. I'm like, oh, just go somewhere else, please.
Thank you, Carolyn, for switching away from Emirates. She switched flights because we didn't know whether or not Paul was having a heart attack on that flight, and they treated us like we were vagrants. So fuck Emirates. I will never fly that airline.
Oh, all right.
Never.
Oh, good.
My friends,
principles.
I will never fly that airline.
By the way, have you seen this? I was talking about this on my show. Louis Theroux, the Settlers.
I saw it. I didn't watch it, but I put the little check mark next to it and I said, "Ooh, that's going to be a really great Saturday night watch." And that's what I'm going to watch next.
It's going to upset you.
I'm sure it is.
It's going to be upsetting. I have the link. I have the link. You can't see it on BBC iPlayer if you're not within the UK or unless you have a VPN. You're a wizard with that stuff. So here's a link in the chat to the whole thing posted on X. There it is.
Is that right? Are you calling it X? I still call it Twitter.
I still call it Twitter too. I just got it right this one time.
That dickhead.
You caught me. Listen, Louis Theroux is great because you know what he does? He lets people hang themselves. He just lets them talk. Mm-hmm. You know, he doesn't push any agenda. He just sits back and asks a simple question, and he lets them dig their own grave with their own mouth. It's spectacular. Fucking Daniela Weiss is in there. Of course she is. Mm-hmm. Fucking raging maniac. What happens when a person has the white above their eye, their pupil? You know this? Let me zoom in on me. When a person is talking and they have this.
Oh, and their eyes are so bug-eyed.
Yeah. That's what she has constantly.
Well, she's got the DNA.
She's a raging maniac.
Of Satan.
Yeah, she's a raging maniac.
Yeah. What is she? Well, I mean, like, fuck off. These people that fuck the fuck off, as they say. Yeah, Yeah, I saw that and I went, oh God, that's what is it, about 2 hours? How long is it?
I don't know.
I said I'm gonna have to just batten down the hatches and turn the lights down and watch that and get really mad.
You're gonna get really mad.
I'm sure. Well, I spent a weekend with your sister and I got really mad. Because she knows things I've never heard of. She's up on all the latest atrocities. It's incredible stuff. Did I freeze again or did you freeze? Is that me or is that you? Is it StreamYard? Are we going to find out at the end of the day that it's StreamYard? Let's take him out and put him back. Oh, wow. He went down. What? Are we being sabotaged? I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off. Right now, I'm getting pretty good stuff, but Ush O'Malley is not in the room. Am I gone? Let me go to... Oh, wow. Look, he left. We're having a really hard time on the iBASHERS network tonight, my friends. Thank you so much for everybody for being so great. I mean, look, and I'm still doing it, too. This poor girl. You were so good to me. You took such good care of me. We made so many albums together. We did so much great work together. Dirk, your stream just disappeared. Ush was clear until he disappeared. Okay, so so Patrick, I'm still here, right? And then he left, huh? Okay. All right, good. Then I can kill the... I was going to open up a browser and go see what's happening over there, so I'm going to quit that. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Oh, my stars. My last super chat, in case this is it. What's going on? Are we going to get on the phone and have a chit chat and find out what's going on with you? Don't say that to me. Don't freak me out, Carolyn Martin. It's a girl with the wrench. It's the super girl. I'm going to give you the biggest act of love I have on here, which is, of course, Lenny. Don't say things like that, lady. That's not nice. Dirk, you're fine. Asheen froze and then disappeared. What is going on? Is it YouTube? Like tonight, listen, I've had some issues. We all know this, but my God, tonight has just been a special, a very, very special exercise in technical glitches and stuff. So crazy. Hey man, thanks very much. It's really short, right? I buzzed it myself. I'm ready for the summer, baby. Now I'm just, I'm going to cut out the carbs and get down to 150. I'm at 167 right now. I've been thinner. I've been fatter. Thinner is better. Hey, look at this. Ush O'Malley, sorry, modem reset. What in the world is going on in the iBashers, the YouTube gallery? My God. Anything cool at the Met lately? Hey, Jim, we went. I went to the Met. Well, I went to the Metropolitan. I went to Natural History. I didn't go to the Met. The Met Gala is this week, which is something. Listen, we're going to cover it on Watch Fashion, please. It isn't fashion. It's something else. It's art. It's braggadocio. It's look at me. And here's the big guy. Wow, we're having a great time of it tonight there.
So you know what it is? The Italians, when they want to do run updates on your modem, they send update to update it, keep everything cool. They do it at around between 1 and 2 a.m. here because they assume you're in bed.
Yeah, not happening with you.
Not happening. It just reset itself.
Oh, it reset itself.
Yeah.
Because it happens again. I was like, all right, man, I'm just going to go sit on my deck and go back to go to Bashers on the phone like I'm live streaming. And then everybody said, no, it's him. He's gone. It's
yeah,
like,
it was
what?
me.
Because you were like,
Yeah, just stuck. Just stuck. Did I show you the Daniela Weiss photo? Did I get to that? No, I probably didn't.
You didn't.
So this is what I was.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You better wise up, Daniela Weiss.
See?
Yeah, she's
her rage.
Yeah. She hasn't gotten lucky in the sack in about 55 years.
Yeah, that's it. She's angry at the world.
She's angry at the world.
What kind of face do you need to have whites above your fucking pupils?
It's called insanity.
Right there, she's talking about how they're taking Gaza. You know.
Yeah.
Mad. There you go.
And yeah, it really doesn't. What is the word? What is the best, most politically correct way and nicest way to say, other than calling her a total cunt, is which she is, but it makes the really good people look really bad when they've got people on their team that are like her. Yes. Because so why should I care about any of your historical plights whatsoever when you show not a single ounce, not a single modicum of humanity whatsoever? And I should give a shit about all of your historical shit? Why should I care? Why should I? Like Jerry Seinfeld said, I don't really care about Palestine. And I know that that's Jerry Seinfeld's shtick, is to not care about anything. Right. His whole show was, I don't care. Meh. But for him to say that is like, well, then why should anyone at all give a shit about your favorite pastime, which is Zionism? Why should he care? Why should anyone care? Because you're showing your cards by doing that, showing your inhumanity by doing that. Like, ours is important and theirs is not. And there is no difference between them and you. We are human beings. Yeah. There's no difference between the two. You cannot.
They think there's a difference.
Well, somebody like Jerry Seinfeld, who is a privileged American citizen, who is, Jewish by lineage only, and has no direct connection to Israel whatsoever, other than visiting there and doing birthright and stuff like that. It's a fucking sale of goods. And our homeland. Okay, well, when you show your inhumanity towards other sectors of society, other races, then you're invalidating your own story. You're completely invalidating yourself. So that's the story. So the second somebody says, well, I don't give a shit about the people from Nairobi, fuck the people of Africa, or any time you hear that, then when you get your house, you get evicted from your house, or your wife is cheating on you, why should anybody have any sympathy when you don't have sympathy for others? You would think, and I mean, you're Irish, so you do have you guys were considered dogs at one point. No Irish need apply, but historically the Irish were occupied for 800 years and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But in general, as a gay dude, as anybody who's black or Jewish or Muslim or any of the very smaller things in the world, we should have more compassion for people. That's why so many people have compassion for people who are either gay, lesbian, transgender, or Muslim, or from a race that is just doesn't get any kind of optics that the main media will allow. So that it's the compassion. But when somebody got so flippantly, that's like saying, I don't like pizza. I mean, it was said in such a way that it was just so incredibly unimportant to him because they mean nothing to him. Yeah. I'm a big fan of his show. And I'll tell you, man, I said I could watch Bill Cosby, but I don't know if I could watch Seinfeld ever again. Because I
always found him to be a dick, and I never found him to be funny. I'm not saying
he's not funny.
Of this.
He's not funny.
I've always said
Larry David is funny.
Larry David is funnier,
and Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Michael Richards is funny, and yes. and George, what's his name? Forgive me. Oh God, it's the names that go first.
It's all right.
That guy's a Shakespearean actor who wound up being a comedian.
Don't you want to look at her again?
No, I don't want to see her ever again. You know?
Listen, if you ever any premature ejaculation issues, just think of that face. That'll slow things down.
I mean, it's a fervor. She's suffering from, she's almost in rapture. She's suffering. She is so brainwashed and so incredibly, she's suffering from a fervor that she can't get out of. And that's the problem with people.
The problem is it's not just her. I know we'd love to focus, but she chartered that ship and brought out all those families to look at Gaza being destroyed, little kids and stuff. Cheering.
Well, Jerry Seinfeld basically is saying that he doesn't care about Palestinian children.
Right.
Because you're looking at Palestinians as not a people, not humans.
They don't see them as people.
No.
They just don't.
But
they
thanks,
never have.
Thanks,
That's
Patrick.
the problem.
Shag Daddy says, why do we drive on parkways and park in driveways? Thanks for breaking up the monotony there.
Yeah.
Eddie says she
why
looks like a cook in a
is the
dirty
word
diner.
why is the word abbreviation such a long word? When you're looking for a phone number in the phone book, why is it always the last one you find?
That's your boy, right? Who does all that stuff, right?
I don't know who's my boy.
Your boy is the dead guy. What's his face?
Oh no. No, those are not his kind of jokes. What, Bill Hicks?
Yeah.
They're not his kind of jokes. No, this is basic stuff.
It's funny though.
They say infertility is hereditary because if you don't have any kids, your kids aren't likely to have any either.
Joe LaFaro says it's thyroid eye disease, TED, TED from hyperthyroidism. Well, of course.
Wow.
Well, of course.
No, that's ideology mixed into obsession and craziness and evil. That's what that is.
Yeah, like what is her pleasure? Like, does she enjoy a cup of coffee or a walk with her dog?
In the Louis Theroux, the new BBC documentary, The Settlers, which, by the way, is making huge waves all over the world.
As it should. That's what I was thinking of. Rufus.
She giggles a lot and laughs a lot.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Well, Bill Maher says that Donald Trump laughs a lot and he's got a great sense of humor.
He doesn't on camera. She's so listen, it's not a new thing. This is the second. There are two reasons I haven't watched it yet, because clearly I would watch that immediately when it was released, right? One is it's going to upset me, it's going to make me fucking angry, and sometimes I just want to digest a good meal and fucking take a shower and go to bed and not have to think about this kind of stuff. So that's one. The other, there's nothing new in that documentary. I know everything that's in it. I've seen that bitch around for ages.
Well, it's not for you. It's not
for me.
That is not for you. This is for the everyday Joe who has no idea that there are people out there that think like her.
Yeah.
And he's going to show them, and he's going to let them speak, and he's going to let them. What do I say at the end of every show?
Daniela Weiss. Her name is Daniela Weiss. She's the godmother of the Settlers. You know who the godfather is. He was just in New York last week. Ben Gavir.
Yeah. You know,
he was in Crown Heights.
It's very, in the most layman's way to put it, is to somebody who agrees with that. Ask them that, you know, your family's been living in that house that your grandparents and their great grandparents, and you've had this house forever and ever and ever, and you have brand new neighbors who moved in, and the next thing you know, that your fence has been moved over 5 feet. And the next thing you know, it's been moved over 10 feet, then 15 feet. Then the next thing you know, somebody's living in your garage. And the next thing you know, that somebody comes to your door and tells you have to get the fuck out of your house. Would you agree with that? And that's exactly what happened to those people. They came in out of nowhere and just decided to fuck up shop.
I used to live in a lovely apartment in Bushwick, Brooklyn. You were there. It's lovely, right?
Yeah, that apartment was amazing.
Yeah, whoever moved in there after me, I'm very lucky because they inherited all my hard work. And I lived there for 3 years. I should go back, knock on the door, and say, hey guys.
Yeah,
it's probably a family living there or whatever. And say, hey guys, I was here years ago. So can you all just move into the bathroom? Yeah. So I can just, it's about as simple as that.
You have to put that the whole situation into context. Well, there's a lot more to it, but in its simplest form, basically, you know, you are going to be ejected from your home and everything that you have is going to be taken from you because somebody else says it belongs to them. That's it. And they have absolutely no proof, no lease, no title, no deed.
God said we have.
Right.
Like, you know what my God says? Today's world? My God says I have to go at you with a sledgehammer. Is that cool with you? Good. You know.
I mean, wouldn't that, in the future, I guess we'll all just have sledgehammers and just kill whoever we want and take whatever we want. God bless.
Thanks.
It's just absurd to me. I mean, I just don't understand.
Religion can make good people do and say terrible things without thinking. It can.
It's so. Now, for example,
I mean, it does it to extremist Muslims too. Think of their.
I had a conversation with your sister about like hijabs and the full garb for women.
Yes.
You know, and assimilation. We talked about all that stuff.
Yes.
And it's a very interesting viewpoint people might have. And I don't give any religion any kind of extra
rope. What did she say? What did my sister say?
Well, I mean, your sister is one of the most highly intelligent people I've ever met in my life. And she's very opinionated too, but it's not bluster.
Or I should ask, what did you say to my sister?
Well, I basically said that
that they're not assimilating when they come to another country. They aren't integrating and assimilating with the locals. Was that your thing? By any chance?
Wasn't it exactly. I know that was a part of last week's stream to a degree. I think that if you move to another country, you should try your very best to not ruffle any feathers and make your culture the predominant culture.
Like the American.
Would you disagree with that?
Like the Europeans did when they went over and raped and pillaged and destroyed all.
We were savages. You can't use that as an example. It's moot.
You were savages? We
were all savages back then. The Europeans were savages. We were executing people in the streets and they were still savages. What did they have? What did they have? Class?
Let me make a more recent example. Like the Irish that I came across a million times over in New York when I arrived in New York, who spend their entire time in Woodside and Sunnyside in Irish pubs listening to Irish songs, never going into the city and trying some fucking sushi or any of the other cultures or foods or anything, sticking completely to the Irish thing and never wandering out of it. They may as well be back in fucking Coolock in Dublin. Like those people?
I think that's a very, but they're not trying to inflict.
They're not integrating. The Irish aren't integrating in any way when they go to New York. Not at all.
I think there's a difference between assimilation and inflicting your beliefs on other cultures. Toast. I think there's a difference.
Inflicting it on other cultures,
forcing people to allow.
Who's doing that?
I don't think fucking women in New York City
are they
walking around and not. I don't think people should be wearing masks on the street. I don't know who the fuck
are they knocking on your door and saying you should wear a hijab.
They're not telling me to do it, but
so they're not inflicting it on you.
What about for law enforcement or passport control when people refuse to take their masks off? Don't you think for that one particular thing, go knock yourself out?
I'll give you that.
For that one particular thing. I'm not saying you can't wear that.
Are you telling me that women with hijabs come through the airport and refuse to remove their hijab at the airport? Because
they have historically a million
times allowed
times
into the country without showing their face on their passport or identification and their real face. Are you sure that happens?
It has
because
happened.
The hijab is not about hiding their face.
No, it's about they're hiding their femininity and enticing other men to find them attractive.
All that stuff. They find it disgusting that we men.
Well, we're just
like I was sitting in the piazza earlier with Simone, and when a beautiful woman went by with beautiful legs and a gorgeous dress on, I fucking look at her. And they find that disgusting because they're like, you're raping her with your eyes or whatever they're thinking, you know?
Well, listen, Can we just agree that that's disgusting, but yet like it's okay to just hang gay dudes on the fucking street?
Where does that like the United Kingdom up until 1960, where they were chemically castrating people?
Do you not think certain sectors of society have evolved faster than others? Do you not think that?
Not necessarily.
Certain cultures have advanced over time. I think that the Europeans came to America,
I would like,
and they took this land from the indigenous people.
I would like to think that we distance ourselves from superstition and religion, but then look at the United States. Like it was people in the government who are like, "Oh, our Lord and Savior."
But isn't that mostly a new thing? Because we had separation of church and state in our founding fathers.
Never
properly.
Thomas Jefferson, sure,
yeah.
But not properly. In God We Trust is written on your fucking currency.
And it's in every courtroom. Right there. The biggest thing in there. In God We Trust. I know.
Pick your poison. Pick which flavor of the poison do you want? Do you want radical Israelites and Zios who believe that they have a right to this place because of some desert scribblings from 3,000 years ago? And
all desert scribblings.
And kill people for it? Or do you want ISIS? Because it's all the fucking same fucking horseshit.
So do you think that in the more, and I don't know what the correct word is when you're extremely strict orthodox Islamic, what is the correct word for that? Like when they're like the women that have to wear the full garb, all black and just the slits. Do you think that they do that voluntarily, or it's just because it's part of their mandate?
Well, you should get your ass on TikTok because there's so many women who talk about it voluntarily.
They want to do that,
and it's also none of our business. Do you think the gays get up to terrible things in the bedroom? It's the same thing. Fuck off.
But they do it in the bedroom.
None of your business. Yeah, if
I'm not a big fan of the gays.
Walk down this. What about the Hasidic Jews who walk around in heavy black garb, even in sweaty
all I can think
New
of
York?
is, man, that outfit is so hot and it's 90 degrees and
disgusting. But it's
and that fur hat. Jesus, that hat must be so hot.
Right.
This is all very archaic shit. Right. Religion is such a load of crap.
None of your business unless they walk
my
into
business
your
for sure
and make you put the hat on.
I just think all of it seems so unevolved. All of it. I think any kind of intense orthodoxy of any kind of religion seems to be repressive and horrible and archaic and outdated and stupid. And I think it's nonsense. I think it's crazy. I'm sick of it.
I just watched it.
And I don't like you know me. I fucking the second, like, I'm trying to watch the new Tina Fey 4-season show. And it's like, they've got this gorgeous Italian guy. This guy is fucking so handsome. Okay. And he's the big fucking queen screaming all over the he's like a big fucking ninny. And I'm like, oh my God, just take a look at this guy. He's fucking right. He's so gorgeous. And he's just and he's Coleman Domingo's boyfriend, and he's had it with him because he's so fucking needy. There's so much stereotypical bullshit. So yeah, I'm sick of it all, and it includes my own fucking people too. So I just think that it's like I can't believe we're still hanging on to these old tenets of laws and religion that just seem so stupid. Just be nice to one another and be kind to one another, and stop imposing your rules. And
as it happens, that's kind of one of the big messages of most religions, is to be kind. And there's a strong argument to be made that we would have never made it this far as a civilization, or a global civilization, if it weren't for the fear of God, that we felt that it was wrong to steal from thy neighbor and to rape thy neighbor, etc., etc. That the fear of God may have actually gotten us here. Perhaps we need to shed it now, like a snake sheds its skin. Yeah. But that skin served us maybe for a long time. There's a strong argument to be made. I think the strongest argument is that we don't have another planet that we can compare to. If there was another planet over by Jupiter that were roughly the same population and the same build as us, but they just never had any religion, and we were able to fly over there and say, how's it going here? And if they said, oh, everything's great, everyone loves each other, we don't have any wars here, then we could say, okay, religion has been a bad influence on our planet. But we don't have a second example. Well, for all we know, it's actually saved our ass. We don't know. For all we know, it's made us worse.
We're never going to know.
But we just don't know because we don't have an extra comparison. In medicine, they always take many, many different subjects to study the effects of something over many people. We don't get to do that. We have one planet, we have one example out of one, and that's not a success rate. So we need to just
that's
kind
a really great way of looking at it, that we don't have that scale to weigh it upon. And it's very true.
Now, somebody who's religious
in sci-fi, which is very interesting, and that's where the conversations, the doors open up.
That's where imagination comes in.
Right, it's where imagination, like when we talk about the Vulcans and all that stuff. Yeah. And very, very cool, like how the Vulcans don't have they're free of emotion. You know, they have exorcised it from their psyche, but it's still there. And a lot of people suffer from that. We need some kind of like second enlightenment, and I just don't see it coming. And that's because of the way humanity is going, when people like that horrific monster of a woman is so dispassionate about other human beings, and Jerry Seinfeld, when they are so dispassionate about other people's plights.
I just had to show her again.
No, show her. You use her as a beacon of hate. This is a woman who's a beacon of hate. And let me ask you a question. And this might draw the ire of a lot of people. Why is your fucking religion and your plight more important than anybody else's? Why?
I know, it's amazing.
Why should we all kowtow to your particular predicament and fuck everybody else?
Hey,
because
if you want me to,
by the way, none of the Jews I know that are in my life agree with that.
They hate that shit.
They hate that shit. They hate that. I am surrounded.
The Jews in New York,
Jewish
for the most part, are
intelligentsia.
fantastic.
Yeah.
They don't want anything to do with that. Place is dragging them down big time, man. It has been for a long time.
It just gives it's like it's like being Motley Crue. You're just giving rock a really bad name, man. It's just, you guys just suck. It's just so bad.
It's so true.
It's so bad. You're giving everybody a bad name. It's like Mateo, that gay comedian, or any of these super queens that are really fucking annoying. You're giving all the gays a bad name. That woman is wrecking it for everybody. I am surrounded by
She's making people anti-Semitic right now. As people see that documentary, young people who don't know better are becoming anti-Semitic because they think that that's what Jews are like, and they're not.
That is not what Jews are like.
They're not.
It's ridiculous to even say that. Watch any conversation by some of the smartest, like Naftali or Mandy Patinkin, or any of these people that weigh the thing out, and they actually give you the facts and they make it interesting. That they are not. These are the same people that are running the White House right now. These insanely cultivized people that have one agenda, and they're not blah 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 blah. They don't want to hear anything else. But at the end of the day, you're gonna fucking lose, lady, because everybody's gonna go so sick of your shit.
I like your attitude.
Causing the fucking end of the world. This is the end of days because of what the rhetoric and the bullshit that she's spewing. Why should I have compassion for you when you have compassion for nobody else? And that's the bottom line.
If you want me to make some bookends on our topics over the past 20 minutes,
boom.
It's for the same reason as people bring that fucking bag on the plane, because their bag and their luggage is more important than other. It's the same thing as when I'm at Geneva at the Watches and Wonders. My photo is more important than your photo. People pushing you out of the way because they want to get a photo of the watch, and I'm just, oh, sorry, go ahead, sorry, shit, sue me. Like, their photo on their stupid little phone is more important because it's their photo. It's just the selfish nature of people getting on the plane going, no, I know that most people should check their, but I'm not going to check mine because, you know, I have an appointment to reach on the other side, so I don't have time to. Everyone's got that same excuse, you prick, because my photo is more important than your photo. It's the same exact thing. And when it comes to religion, it's the same thing. It's like, no, you guys, yeah, you have your religion. I respect that. But you know what? Mine's more important.
Oh,
and
that's
our
insane.
shit's more important. And get out of my way. And that's fucking people, man. This is why we drink.
Eddie, $10. The least stressed people I know personally are practicing Muslims. Hey, the guy that I made all my solo records with, and one of the sickest musician I've ever known in my entire life is a practicing Muslim. I dig their chill vibes, and he's the chillest guy. They're so calm and collected, more than anybody I've ever met. Dirk, I love you, but you don't get it. I do get it, bro. I'm not saying that. I'm not disregarding the religion. It's a religion of peace. You ever listen to Cat Stevens and the way he talks about Islam? That guy was put on the terrorist list because he shared a name, Yusuf Islam, with somebody else who did something crazy. He speaks about Islam. If I've read the Quran.
Meanwhile, if you knock on the door of a Muslim, I'm not.
They'll invite you into their house and you'll have dinner and you'll get the best.
If you're hungry on the street, they'll invite you in.
Of course they will.
The Christians won't do that, and neither will the Jews. I just saw
the Irish will, though.
The Irish, because the Irish are just, Jesus.
All right. Are you related to Sean from Boston who knows the girl from...
There's a certain pack, though. I mean, last week there was a big demonstration on O'Connell Street of the hard right, the Get Them Out crowd. Made the news all over the place, yeah. It was rough, and there were anti-protesters as well trying to...
So, here's an interesting question.
Conor McGregor is their king.
Oh, he's great, isn't he? He's a delight. And your boy Tommy, what's his face, just got out of prison, or is getting out of prison. Paul Thorpe's favorite guy.
Is he getting Tommy Robinson? Is he getting out?
He's getting out. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. And I've always thought this about refugees: don't leave their homes because they want to. Refugees leave their homes because they have to. Sure. It is like if they are imposing upon you, so you think, it is not because they wanted to get on that tiny 6x4 raft and lose their children and their grandparents and all these people. It's desperation. Desperate people do desperate things. Aleppo, years and years ago, when everybody fled from Aleppo was one of the most culturally significant places in the entire universe. It's an incredible place. And these people were very proud of who they are and their culture. And they had to flee because of, all the shit that went on there. So when people show up on your shores or on your doorstep, they don't really essentially want to be there. They are there because it's survival, which is a human instinct.
Especially Ireland. Imagine all these people coming from gorgeous weather and arriving on the shores of Ireland going, fuck, is this your average miserable day? Look at this. That's a black cloud. I never saw a
Somebody's
black cloud
not shooting them. There's no sniper.
Right.
Nobody is kidnapping their children. They don't have the Taliban and all these.
No, the Irish don't get a pass. Like the Irish,
they shouldn't get a pass because the diaspora is the biggest in the world.
Yeah, the biggest in the world.
The
Irish, nothing's. I get very angry at what happens in the Middle East, as you know well, as everyone knows at this point. But man, my past week has been full of what the fuck are the Irish thinking? Not the Irish, just a small group of Irish that have this idea. Oh, Ireland's full, and Ireland for the Irish, and all of this stuff.
There's plenty of land in Ireland.
You fucking plonker. You utter plonker.
Think about all the gorgeous brown-skinned people that are there to fucking fix your DNA structure.
Did I tell you this last week? Was I drunk? I can't remember. That I have the hot. Do you remember I was telling you that I'm not attracted to Irish after all these years?
You've never been attracted to Irish girls.
Yeah, well, when I was a teenager before I left, but
that's all you had.
Dating Italians and Americans and Swedes and all these different people. When I hear an Irish girl speak, it sounds like my sister's, and that's not something that clearly
is attractive to
you in that way, because it just reminds right. But now I have the hots for the black girls with the Dublin accents.
Well, because that's sexy as fuck, right?
It's a sexy, they're beautiful black girls with a fucking flat Dublin accent. I'm like, well, fucking now I have the hots for that now. And that's fucking cool.
Right, I'll meet you at Half Tree.
Yeah, but she's black as night.
But she's black as night.
6 foot tall.
Well, sure.
I'm just like, oh shit, she's a statue.
My
She's an ebony
friend,
statue, and she has a flat Dublin accent. And for
yeah.
some reason, it turns me on.
Did you ever meet you must have did that girl Ali that I worked with when I worked at El Rio Grande, the 6 foot tall Iranian girl from Dublin?
You've mentioned her before.
She was top 3 most beautiful girls I've ever known in my entire life, and we were very thick as thieves for a while.
Sure.
And she her dad was a pilot for Iran Air, and she was a little girl, and he spirited her out of Iran during the fall of the Shah.
Right.
And she wound up in Dublin, and he remarried a woman named Colleen, who was an evil, evil Irish woman who did not, they had children of their own, and she treated her like the wicked stepsister. So she wound up becoming a 6 foot tall, gorgeous Persian beauty with the thickest Irish Dublin accent you ever heard in your entire life. And guys used to, like Chris Noth, all these celebrities would come in. And I, because she was such a Dublin girl and she just wasn't taking anybody's crap. Like celebrities would blow smoke up her hole and she would never be interested in that. She could have parlayed that Dublin accent and that beauty that she has and still has. And she could have like married like Michael Fassbender or fucking George Clooney or whomever, you know?
Yeah.
It's the sexiest thing in the whole wide world when you see, isn't it so cute when you see like a Chinese person in Italy speaking fluent Italian? It's fucking amazing.
Sure, that's cute.
It's amazing.
I'm just astonished that I came around back to the, especially Dublin.
It's you half came around.
Dublin accent. I half came around.
You half came around. I'm gonna pee break. I'll be right back.
He knocked himself off completely. Yes, guys, yes. Well, we're into iBASHERS territory now. It's all spicy and lovely. We love that shit. The Settlers, I don't know if I can bear watching it. I know it's going to make me mad. It'll fuck up my digestion for a couple of days. But whatever. It's good that the info is out there. It's getting out there. Loving the Speedy. Anybody else loving the Speedy? She's sexy. It's been a while. Good old Moonwatch. What's better than a Moonwatch? What's the wine tonight, DG? I have Fontana Freda. Nice. Decent. Yeah, I have the Speedy on the vintage bracelet. I have I was going to put it on this thing. A brown. This is the first vintage strap I bought for my first Speedy back in 2019. I still have it, and it's tapered. This one isn't tapered, or it's slightly tapered. That's nice, isn't it? So I have it on this just brown vintage strap with those seams. I should hold it the right way up, shouldn't I? Let me get it in the shot there. What a classic. It's a classic. I suppose if the Speedy had some decent water resistance, it would be a one and done. What's better than a Speedy? And I always go back to that Clooney movie, The American, where he's timing things on a Speedy, and you're just like, oh, fuck. Just a mega fanboy. I retired the offshore now. It's here. I just posted on you don't follow me on Instagram. I just posted it on Instagram. E.g., I put a lot of my watches in the bank. I dropped some of my watches into the bank earlier today. Put them away for a little while. You never know. They keep rotating. So, yeah.
Paul's home, so I'm going to open up this Barolo.
Oh, there's your famous Barolo, the one you've been hanging on to.
Well, I mean, I haven't been hanging on to it. I just had, I had other things. I just wanted to finish up that white that I had from last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this was really nice. Really, really great. If you're in the mood for a very light, summery spritz, I love a good white wine spritz.
Thank you got the Gruntler Ventner, whatever from.
Yeah, it's the Gruntler Ventner.
I have a bottle of that fridge. You have the same wine opener as I have. Look.
Yeah, I got mine from Fergal. It's a gift.
I got mine from Fergal.
Oh, did you?
Fergal sent me exactly the same one.
Oh,
it's the best wine opener I own
ever.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. You know what's amazing about it? The knife. Jesus,
the knife is great.
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon, and the knuckle is so beautifully done with that spring.
So completely different, right?
That little spring on the knuckle.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this thing, I love this.
It's musical.
Thank you, Fergal. A legend.
Legend. The Christopher Ward legend.
Yes.
The Mark II.
I wonder how he feels about the logo, about the new watch from Christopher Ward.
Have I not seen that?
Well, from your question, I doubt you have. Christopher.
Not so great.
Ward. Give it a minute. Barolo needs to fart for a second.
Yeah, it totally needs to
When you get her out of bed, she's got to pass wind.
I was talking to Jimmy Lassick the other day, and he sent me a bottle of some Burgundy, and I'm gonna get it on Monday. He's a big collector, so I'm gonna have him on the show, on a regular Basher show, and we're gonna go over his watches, his wine, and his whiskey collection. How fun is that?
So this is the new logo.
Oh, I don't know this watch.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's a big deal. Looks great, fantastic, very interesting. But listen, 5,200 euros for Chris Ward.
It's a pricey bitch.
That's pricey, and you're well into Omega territory right there. So I don't know about this. But
I'm just gonna hand this off.
Cool.
Here you go.
Dean says, terrible watch. There's something a little basic about it that annoys me. I don't know what it is.
Wow. I mean, listen, maybe their time is now.
I like the courage. I like to put the watch at that price. I mean, it's an in-house movement by them.
It's in-house.
Listen,
their design aesthetic has been so unique and so great over the last couple of years. Maybe it's time. Maybe their time is now. It's great. Fergal certainly got a whole bunch of them. So holy crap, he's got some.
Yeah, I'd love to know what he thinks about
integrated
this.
Bracelet.
Yeah,
that's everybody's doing that now. It's so chic. I saw your boy from BK Watches was talking about Oyster. He had a bunch of Oyster quartzes there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he was showing off the design. I didn't know about that Jubilee bracelet that had the kind of pyramidal center section. Not so pretty.
Hold on. You're talking Oyster quartz?
Yeah.
The Texano?
It wasn't the Texano. It was, I think the title of the video was An Honest Watch. And it was a gold oyster quartz, and it was on a Jubilee-esque bracelet, and the center section was pyramidal. So it was just kind of it was very interesting. I'd never seen it, and very rough hewn, so it wasn't glittery. So it it had a totally different vibe. I had never seen that before, but he was just selling it. He was saying that he was selling it for like about $8 or $9 grand. It wasn't a lot of money, but it's still, it's Rolex, but it's a quartz watch. Is that?
It doesn't matter. It's interesting.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
How's your vino?
I haven't. I'm gonna let it fart for a while.
Yeah, just needs a couple of minutes was enough. It settles in then.
Yeah, it needs
pretty much every Barolo was like that.
Jim Lassick and I were talking about all roads leading to Burgundy and how Barolo is kind of like the Burgundy of Italy, and how your brother no longer really drinks Bordeaux's anymore. He just prefers Barolos and Burgundies. Sure. And I'm kind of in the same camp. Yeah. I really prefer them. I mean, it's nice to have a beautiful Bordeaux once in a while, but I think I might be done too.
Yeah.
I just like the drinking experience in a Barolo or a Burgundy much more. I don't know why, but I guess it's just age. It just happens. Maybe it's the palate. Yeah. I don't know exactly how that all works.
So I found my strap from my original Speedy strap.
Oh, wow.
From, remember my first Speedy?
Yeah, sure.
I put this vintage strap on it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Brown.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a super Speedy. You going to put that on it? On your 864?
I have it on a black.
Yeah, wow. I got to say, though, at the end of the day, a really vintage brown leather stitch strap on a Speedmaster is sexy. It's everything. So
I can put it on it now.
Do it
while we're talking.
Change your strap while we talk.
I have my pins. I don't know. Yeah, I might have them somewhere. Yeah, that might be fun.
What?
Also have this. This handmade one from Florida.
From Knapp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Knapp straps. Mm-hmm. That one's beautiful too.
Mm.
Put it on the vintage one though, because that's how it came to you.
No, I came on a bracelet and I took it straight off and put it straight on a strap.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, that's what you do with the Speedmaster. Strap monster, the ultimate strap monster.
Ultimate, yeah.
The ultimate strap monster. I don't know if there's another watch that possibly does as well with straps.
Oh, yeah, you can chop and change a lot.
It's unbelievable. Joe LaFara put his Speedy on a black alligator yesterday and can't decide if I like it or not. Hey, Joe, send us a shot.
Yeah, let's see
a picture of that. Send me a picture. I'm going to open up my Gmail, which works every day, but I don't know if it's going to work today.
I think that the temperature dropping in the room has helped.
It has to.
Your iMac, when I said earlier that, computers don't age like flesh, the truth is with cigarette smoke and things like and dust, perhaps they do because they get a little clogged up and the fans get clogged up. So it can't maybe aerate itself as well.
I take a dust thing to that thing every single week. I'm so nice to it. And I don't know. It's just, but you know what? Circuits they fail. I think it's my GPU. I don't think it's my CPU. I think my GPU on this thing I've got a 490R Radeon in here.
Sure.
I think it's just toast. Or at the end of the day, it could be that I can't upgrade my operating system any further than this. So I can't have the latest Google this and I can't. It could be that. It's just things aren't playing ball anymore.
Yeah.
It could be that. Like you said, software gets outdated, and it does. It definitely does. Yeah. So, Joe, I'd love to see a picture. Send it to I got the email up, and it seems to be working. And I think, my computer feels a lot cooler than it felt before.
Good.
So, could be that. Could have been that ever. Carolyn Martin says, I have the best Speedy ever. You've got the exact one that Asheen's got, right? You've got the...
she has a sapphire sandwich.
Oh, she's got a sapphire sandwich.
Same one as Clooney in the American.
Sure, yeah.
Let me get a photo. The American Speedmaster.
I will share it with the world if you can send us a picture. You share it with me, and I'll share with the world. I'll be happy to do so. Gunny straps. Shane McGee is spruiking gunny straps. Pure quality and feel. I don't know about gunny straps. Are they great?
I don't know.
I want to get a rubber for my Millie.
Rubber orange?
Yeah, I do. I want to get an orange rubber for the Milgauss. I think it would look super.
That's what Carla has right there.
Oh yeah,
exactly that.
Yeah. Is it vintage or is it 1861 or is it 861? What is it?
1861.
1861.
It's Sapphire Sandwich. They didn't make one for the 861.
I thought that Carolyn Martin did have an 861 Speedmaster, though. Am I wrong about that?
Perhaps she does, but I'm unaware of it.
Did she get a watch from you?
Yeah, she got the Sapphire Sandwich.
Sapphire Sandwich from you. Okay, great.
She got exactly what you're looking at there with the real Omega strap and the real.
Oh yeah, look at that film. If you've not seen The American Guys and Girls, it's a great film. Really great film.
Here you go, Clooney. When you watch that film, you really want to put on your Speedy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, do you want to put that thing on?
It's a Speedmaster commercial. It really truly is. Is that was he already an ambassador or had it just happened?
I don't know.
I wonder what the impetus was for them going for him. I mean, obviously, other than being a big star and all that stuff.
Well, he famously love the moon landings and all of that. Yeah, that was all his thing. So he warmed into it nicely. Before I knew about watches, my friends did a speech with him in Texas. Tom and Lily, because Lily wrote the screenplay for the Astronaut Wives, and then it was sold to a network.
Oh,
and they did like one season of it. So I remember them flying down for that. They're like, "Oh, we're leaving tomorrow for Texas for a few days, and Clooney is going to be on the stage with us." Lily Koppel.
She related to Ted Koppel?
No idea. So they went down for that, and they were given 2 Omega watches for the weekend. They had to give them back at the end, and that was before I knew anything about watches. Isn't that crazy?
Stuff happens, man.
Let's see if I can find the Lily Koppel photo.
I'm looking her up right now. She went to Bonnard.
Yeah, Clooney. I'll find the photo of her with Clooney.
The Astronaut Wives Club. There you go.
Yeah, I remember when they signed that, we all went out for drinks when they signed that deal. But the show wasn't popular in the end.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, Rufus, I'm so sorry.
She tried to set me up with so many women. Jesus.
Why didn't she set her up with herself? Was she already married?
Well, she was with Tom.
Oh, she was with
Tom.
Tom.
I know her. I can't. For some reason, I can't zoom in on the image. Anyway, there she is on the right. She was with Tom. They eventually got divorced, though. Unfortunately,
eventually, they all do.
But she brought me out on so many double dates. Oh my God! And one of them was Chris Hitchens' ex-girlfriend.
Oh boy!
Can you believe it? It bore no fruit whatsoever for me. I mean, I had good nights and we went out for drinks and stuff.
I mean, how long was she with Chris Hitchens?
The woman on that date?
Yeah.
A couple of years, I think.
Wow.
It was just after he passed as well. Like,
she wasn't ready. Was she nice?
She was nice. She was intellectual New York, Yeah. Met a million of those girls.
He wasn't the greatest looking fella in the chamber.
It doesn't matter. He's fucking genius.
Doesn't matter.
He had the best voice ever.
Kind of matters.
Kind of matters. Didn't matter to a lot of people.
I mean, it didn't matter to Mia Farrow when she married Woody Allen, right?
Because only talent interests a woman of taste.
I guess that's probably true.
Of course, and they love the voice. Because his voice was better than Richard Burton's. It was fucking...
I don't know if anybody's voice was better than Richard Burton.
Well, I know, because Chris Hitchens has had the greatest voice. You need to listen to a little Chris. I'll pull it a little up.
Pull some up.
Yeah.
Best voice is better than James Earl Jones?
Well, that's a different timbre.
Well,
you know, Hitchens. Tell me
everybody wants to know if we're doing the Met Gala, and I said more than likely. But I was like, that's not really fashion, though, guys. It's art, and look at me, and a lot of bullshit. The Met Gala is not clothes. It's just a lot of celebrities being kind of celebrities. But everybody's emailing me. Oh, you gotta do it. Oh, Joe LaFaro. While you're working on that, Joe LaFaro. Let's pull it up. Oh, Joe, come on. Come on, Joe. That looks insane. Come on, of course. Speedy on alligator, on black alligator. It's incomparable. Amazing. Yeah, it looks great. Can't see a lot of the strap, though, to be fair. Only see an inch of strap. But yeah, black alligator on a Speedmaster. Yeah, outrageous. Great shirt.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it looks great. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still looking for my pins so I can put in this this strap.
Oh, you don't have any
I had some earlier. I just don't know. I have so much shit on my table here.
I seem now to have shouted it in the Hogwarts. Fire. Now you've heard it. Not shouted in a crowded theatre, admittedly. As I realize, I seem now to have shouted it in the Hogwarts dining room. But the point is made. Everyone knows the fatuous verdict of the greatly overpraised Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, who asked for an actual example of when it would be proper to limit speech or define it as an action, gave that of shouting fire in a crowded theatre. It's very often forgotten what he was doing in that case was sending to prison a group of Yiddish-speaking socialists whose literature was printed in a language most Americans couldn't read, opposing President Wilson's participation in the First World War and the dragging of the United States into this sanguinary conflict, which the Yiddish-speaking socialists had fled from Russia to escape. In fact, it could be just as plausibly argued that the Yiddish-speaking socialists who were jailed by the excellent and overpraised Judge Oliver Wendell Holmes were the real firefighters, were the ones who were shouting fire when there really was fire in a very crowded theater. Indeed. And who is to decide? Well, keep that question, if you would, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I hope I may say comrades and friends, before your minds. I exempt myself from the Speaker's kind offer of protection that was so generously proffered at the opening of this evening. Anyone who wants to say anything abusive about or to me is quite free to do so, and welcome, in fact, at their own risk. And but before they do that, they must have taken, as I'm sure we all should, a short refresher course in the classic texts on this matter, which are John Milton's Areopagitica being the great hill of Athens for discussion and free expression, Thomas Paine's introduction to the Age of Reason, and I would say John Stuart Mill's essay on liberty, in which it is variously said, I'll be very daring and summarize all three of these great gentlemen of the great tradition of especially English liberty in one go. What they say is, it's not just the right of the person who speaks to be heard. It is the right of everyone in the audience to listen and to hear. And every time you silence somebody, you make yourself a prisoner of your own action because you deny yourself the right to hear something. In other words, your own right to hear and be exposed is as much involved in all these cases as is the right of the other to voice his or her view. Indeed, as John Stuart Mill said, if all in society were agreed on the truth and beauty and value of one proposition, all except one person, it would be most important. In fact, it would become even more important that that one heretic be heard, because we would still benefit from his perhaps outrageous or appalling view. In more modern times, this has been put, I think, best by a personal heroine of mine, Rosa Luxemburg, who said that the freedom of speech is meaningless unless it means the freedom of the person who thinks differently.
Anyway, keeps going.
I still wouldn't fuck him. Burton, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a great voice though. But I mean, it's nice. It's that typical kind of poshy RP thing. He's just such an beyond an intellect that you're drawn into the words more than
Jesus.
that.
Yeah, his command over the language, man.
I think that's the key thing. I don't know. I mean, I think
music. It's
don't you think Alan Rickman maybe had a more incredible voice than that?
Oh, Mr. Potter. It's very strange. Alan Rickman's
very strange. It commands so much attention.
Sure. Yeah, it's great voice.
Yeah, and not just to see if there's a pub.
See if there's a pub.
One of the greatest lines ever, but yeah, I mean, I think that the big attraction with Hitchens is just the command of the language and the thought process and that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not a woman, so I can't, claim, who's got the worst voice in the whole wide world is Clooney's got a terrible voice. Speaking voice. It's very high and it's not great. He doesn't have a great voice.
Oh. No, I think Jordan Peterson.
That's not even
Joe Rogan.
Jordan
Terrible.
Jordan Peterson's the whole worst thing ever in the whole wide world.
It's the worst voice.
But your brother sent me a shot of that guy Richter, the guy that plays the new the Tom Cruise movies where he's the most deadly guy in the whole wide world. What's the name of that series?
Jack Reacher.
The new Jack Reacher, that big Danish guy, or whatever he is.
Oh, that big
Hulk of a man now.
The show on TV. Yeah.
You know what? He sings like Colin Smith.
Oh, he sings like Colin Smith.
He sent me. He goes, "Can you believe this guy?" And he was like, "Oh, it was like the very bluesy Stevie Wonder, but just a slightly above masculine." Oh, that looks
on the brown. You prefer that?
Amazing.
Prefer the brown?
Amazing. Yeah, I prefer
the hard taper.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
I'll stick it on.
Yeah. Anybody ever see that show? It's probably the worst thing for right-wing people to ever watch. It's called Actors on Actors, where they just blow smoke up each other's asses.
It's horrible.
It's the worst thing ever. And Clooney was on that with, was it Tilda Swinton? And I love her. She's a genius. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I am so fucking bored right now because you're so busy licking her arse that he's got so much great stuff to say. Like the Clooney, because he's so handsome. I don't know. He doesn't have the most obnoxious. He doesn't have a Jordan Peterson voice. But it's just like, what actors have the greatest voices? Burton.
Come on, Clooney, you're way off here.
I don't think he's got a great
voice. Burton has one of the most famous and most important voices in history, Burton, so you can't compare. But
I want to ask you a question about Tom Selleck. When he was young, his voice was very high-pitched. And then as he got older, there's no debate over that he's one of the most ridiculously handsome men ever. But when he got older and he got that gravel in his voice, it made him way sexier. Because gravel, like Demi Moore's voice, very sexy. Margot Kidder, very sexy. Scarlett Johansson, does she maybe have the sexiest voice a girl could have now? That gravel, this is a great scene, man.
You have your taste.
No, I'm not. This is not my taste. I'm asking you.
Everything you've said in the past 1 minute is your taste. Anyway,
no, it isn't.
Racing, don't I?
I don't know.
I got your heart racing. I got your heart racing.
What is you think you're doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
I think it's a great voice.
We have a deal. Whatever that is, it's meaningless at this point.
You think? I must have gotten it wrong. I thought you had a tentative proposal. I didn't realize you'd signed all those checks. It's a drag. I got 1,000 of these things. What the hell am I going to do with them?
Fucking fantastic. I love that voice.
He's the only guy you'd fuck.
I wouldn't fuck any guy. That's the misconception of many gay men that they think that
I'm joking.
Like a bad night away and
I don't think that, and you know it.
Away from
it. I go not gay. Not gay means not gay.
So let me.
It doesn't mean like I had too many. I got roofied.
You prefer it on the brown?
I prefer it on the brown. Carolyn Martin's having a Clooney moment. I think he's the one thing about George Clooney. I've always felt that, and this could be taste related, that he's so beautiful. He's not sexy. He's just too good looking. It's just almost like it would be kind of, I would almost rather dip into the population than having to be with somebody that's that good looking. I think it would be a problem. I think sleeping with somebody who's so incredibly attractive would be an issue, because it would be like, you're just like, oh God, almost like they're a statue, like they're David. They're too beautiful to wreck. Is that a wrong impression? So you don't find Scarlett Johansson's voice attractive?
No, I find her voice attractive.
Well, that was part of my previous opinion.
I know.
I think her voice is
your
half of the battle.
No, but you speak about it like it's lore, like it's written in
Well,
stone.
no, because I'm just an authoritative speaker. I don't mean it in that way. I mean it like I'm putting it out to the gallery. Like, do you think that, because Scarlett Johansson is a physically extraordinarily gorgeous woman, but her voice kind of puts it over the top?
She has a nice voice. I'll tell you my favorite voice. I've said this before. Now, this is just my opinion.
Okay.
Well, one of my favorite voices, let me see if I can find a good clip.
Are we going to know who it is?
Yeah, I'll show you. For American voices, which can be very, very sexy in a woman.
He had a chemistry read.
Okay, she's speaking.
Or you
now.
can count on
Oh, well.
Laura
He
Linney.
came into the room and he said, hi.
Okay.
His arms out.
She's projecting. Let me get a better clip.
Did I tell you the Paul's dad story about her?
No.
So Paul's father is a stage door Johnny. Do you know what that term means?
No.
A stage door Johnny is a very famous term for people who go to Broadway shows and wait at the stage door to meet the artists and get an autograph. Or a picture.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
So Paul's dad is a famous skirt chaser. He loves his girls. And Laura Linney is at the tippity top of the list. He has had experiences of women that were kind and not kind and flippant. And he said she was the greatest.
They've echoed in my bones for a very long time.
It's it's kind of deep and rich. And she
Jim,
speaks.
he'd been in a play of my father's. I was like, the guy with the big hair? He was like, yeah, the guy with the big hair.
There's an
He's
authority
like, he's got this
to
great
it.
idea. He's going to do he's going to start a theater and he's going to do one playwright.
I love
And I'm
her.
the first playwright. How about that? And I thought, well,
She's cute. Yeah.
I mean, she's one of the. Now, when's the first time you ever became aware of Laura? Anyway, so Paul's dad met her, and she was a dream come true. She was couldn't have been kinder to him. Whereas Jessica Chastain, which is one of his favorite girls in the world, she was mean and arrogant and not fun. And listen, if you're hanging around backstage looking for autographs, you're kind of setting yourself up for disappointment. I think so. I would never do that.
No, awful.
But you would never do that either, because we're both, we've both been in bands, and it's just a weird thing. But he did it, and Jessica Chastain, not nice, but Laura Linney, one of the great crown jewels of his experiences with backstage people. And Linda Fiorentino, Jim Patterson, she's not only is she a sexy beast, but she's got a great voice for sure. Joe LaFaro, $4.99 for a bad night away. I mean, isn't a voice and somebody's brains? We're all attracted to people from a very physical level instantly. You see somebody, you think they're attractive, and then you might walk up to them and like we used to call them 10-footers. And then you get within their orbit and you realize that all the wheels came off. People have to prove to themselves that they're interesting enough to pursue, or I mean, you want to be fascinated by somebody. And if they have a really sexy voice, that's probably the second line of defense for them. Because if somebody, you walked up to
Mr. Stanford, did you believe that the Archbishop wore masks?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Do you think he acted one way in public and another way in private?
No, I didn't think that.
Isn't that why you underlined the Hawthorne passage?
That's beautiful voice.
Father. He needed to get off, Aaron. That's what he was doing. That's what he needed you for. To perform like a circus animal. That was your function in his life.
No.
Oh, Mr. Stampler, I'm going to ask you straight because I am tired.
She's got a
And
little
I've
bit
had
of the
just
southern
all I can
drawl here
take of
too.
this sordidness, and I want to go home.
Yeah. I don't want to play too much in case we get in trouble.
I'm a big fan of hers. When did she first come on your radar?
I was trying to remember, and I was about to say the Truman Show, but it was way before that.
Yeah. So we first saw her, and this is probably something you
Here's a
wouldn't have
woman I
watched.
love her voice. Let me find this. I'm gonna find a good clip. Again, this is just my taste.
No, hey, this is a little insight into your world.
You know. Yeah, here's a one. Let me see.
David Beckham has the worst voice in the world. To you.
Oh my God, it ruins it.
And he's had so much work done. It's gross.
Okay, here's a voice. Because women are very attracted to a nice male voice, but men don't think about voice very much.
No,
they look at boobs and ass and whatever, But
they do. Oh yeah,
it's like the film is
I'm obsessed with her, by the way.
There, and it's going to.
I love Taylor Leone.
Perpetual motion.
She has a lot
of.
I think she's one of the most underrated actresses in the world. She's so fucking natural.
Yeah.
And I love watching Madam President, even though it's a stupid hokum show. She's so fucking good in it. I love her. I've always loved her. And she's the wife in our favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
That's right.
That I think is,
and she's charming and beautiful. I've always had a massive crush on Taylor Leone. I love her.
Yeah.
So many years ago, I think it was 93, we moved in here and we had a TV with an antenna. There's no cable. And we watched a show called a miniseries called Tales of the City. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It's probably out of your purview, but it is it's Armistead Maupin. It's these very famous books about San Francisco in the 70s and kind of like these freewheeling people. It's Olympia Dukakis and the introduction of an actress I had never seen before, and she plays I think her name was Marianne Stapleton, and she shows up on the screen and we're like, who the fuck is that? Laura Linney. It was her, I think her debut, and it was PBS.
Right.
And she was so charming. She plays this small town girl, comes to San Francisco and meets a pack of weirdos, like in this enclave of an apartment block. Gay dudes, trans people, an eccentric landlady, Olympia Dukakis. It was so good, and I think I've been madly in love with her ever since. And she's a great choice, and she's a super keeper too.
Yeah.
Is she had a successful marriage? I bet she has.
Who knows?
Jim Patterson.
The other one I was looking for, I can't find a good clip. The other one is Sigourney Weaver. There's a beautiful big voice on her.
Everything about Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, I had a huge crush on her.
It's just here's another one of the great American actresses that has never gotten the due that she deserves. She's been nominated for a shitload of Academy Awards and she's never gotten one. Glenn Close being the same. Glenn Close is the Susan Lucci of the Oscars. Yeah. Why do they refuse to give Glenn Close an Academy Award? By the way, did you see Honora finally?
No, and Lydia said that Lydia was here and she was like, you have to watch it. It's really, really good.
It's nothing great. It's okay. It's a decent film. It's not an Academy Award performance. It's an indie film with some decent performances, and she's cute in it. But is that what Oscar caliber is? I mean, that's like, I don't know, man. I give up. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed the film. It was fun. But I'm like, and I hated Demi Moore's film. But man, she deserved that Oscar. She threw her whole life into that. Yeah. She was she gave it. I did not like that movie. No? I hated it. I thought it was ridiculous. I don't know what body horror is, nor do I care. But man, I thought she really threw her whole life into this. This was just.
I thought Baby Girl should have gotten more.
I haven't seen that yet. because I have to
Oh,
watch that
oh.
alone because Paul refuses to watch her
Okay. Well,
because he just says she's too off-putting to look at with her plastic surgery.
oh,
We have
I thought
rules.
that was the
I
better
watched Tom Cruise by
performance of the
myself.
year. Yeah.
You said it was performance of the year. I remember you said that. Yeah.
Female performance of the year. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
Aaron.
going back on the
O'Malley.
blackstrap.
Go back. Your brother's
Just
here.
in
Just
for
back
drinking
from
with
Nice.
friends.
Hey, Aaron. Great to see you in the room. Jim Patterson wants to know what is Demi Moore's best film. It is G.I. fucking Jane.
Is
my
it?
favorite Demi Moore film. I love G.I.
Oh,
Jane.
I never saw it.
It's so good. And believe it or not, it's Ridley Scott. And you hate him, I know. But man,
I like his first two big
Anne
films.
Bancroft is in it. And she plays such a witch, man.
Oh, yeah.
And Jason Begay is in it. The very first Scientology whistleblower, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. The guy
that's right.
that he brought Scientology down first by saying it was a load of shit. And Demi Moore was so good in it. And Viggo Mortensen as the Navy SEAL instructor who wrecks her. It's a great performance. I love it. Thanks, Jim. That's really cool. I like, you like The Seventh Sign. I like that too. I like Ghost. We all listen to Demi Moore. Who doesn't love her? She's great. She's terrific. She's one of those actresses that became too big of a movie star to be considered a great actress. And that happens. It happened to Tom Cruise with Magnolia. He's too big a movie star to be considered a great actor. When he gives a great performance, it doesn't get noticed because he's too big a movie star.
That's right.
And that happens to people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
George Clooney is lucky. And what did he get it for? Best supporting actor for Syriana. And then he got a direction. What was his second award? It was another superfluous award because too big a movie star. They don't give Oscars to Harrison Ford. They just don't.
Well, he's never been Oscar worthy.
Well,
Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford.
What's the best Harrison Ford film? You and I are going to agree. It's Frantic.
Frantic, yeah.
Right?
Frantic or the Fugitive.
Yeah.
Or Mosquito Coast.
That was good.
Or
Eddie says, "Get off my plane."
Oh, that's yeah. Where he
Air Force
plays
One.
the president.
Yeah.
Or God, he's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, start the ball rolling there, Ray.
What's happening with Ray?
In a world where voices change lives. Indiana Jones. But listen, Indiana Jones
He was
films,
pretty
as
good
great as
in Witness.
It was great. He was great in Working Girl.
Working Girl, he was great in.
Great movie. Alec Baldwin at the peak of his beauty.
Ford.
Okay.
Ford.
Talk about voices.
Playing another. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Blade Runner. Oh, God. What is wrong with
Blade
Runner? Did we both have strokes? And that would happen. We had strokes.
Blade Runner, and that's the only time he plays a little bit strange because he's Deckard. But then when he goes to see Zora, who's the stripper with the snake, and he has a different character. He's like, is that a real snake? He puts on a weird voice.
Yeah, he was good in that, man. He was trying to change it up. That was a very experimental film, of course.
Yeah,
of course. But we didn't talk about our favorite guy who's got. I mean, does anybody have a better voice than Baldwin at this point? I don't think so.
Alec Baldwin. It's very smoky, though.
It's so, and he never smoked.
Timbre.
Never smoked.
He's just got a smoky. He's got a smoky thing going on.
My wife pretends she's Spanish.
Have you watched? That was a good film.
Oh, it was a great one. The funniest thing I ever saw in my life was, I'm making a joke here, was I saw that there was like a porn title, and it was a parody of that. It was called "Regarding Heine."
Regarding Heine.
Chitty gangbang.
So funny that you find that stuff really funny.
You don't
giggle
find that
about it.
funny regarding
Sure, it's humorous. Sure. It's just you always get a giggle out of it.
I just think clever Randy titles are funny.
Sure.
I mean, you know, at this point, we know each other's senses of humor. Do you get Monty Python? Do you get it?
Yeah. I
don't get it.
Yeah, you never got it. Humor
I've
is a strange
tried.
thing.
Oh,
Humor's a
well,
very
it is.
strange thing.
I'm obsessed with Tom Segura and his wife Christine right now. They are fucking making me pee in my pants with the shit that they say on their show, and they get away with it. And I think it's really funny. Like that. Do you know you know who Tom Segura is, right?
Yeah.
And his wife Christine, she's hilarious. They have a show, and he's got that best friend Bert Kreisemer or whatever his name is, and they go to like gay bars and they try to hook up, and they do funny fucking shit. But they parody so much YouTube, so many YouTubers, and some of it is just fucking gold. But that guy, and he's an arena artist. Tom Segura plays in New York. He plays 2 nights, 3 nights at the Garden, and yet he says stuff on YouTube that is just would never be acceptable 10 years ago, which is crazy to me. I mean, humor is funny. Like, we're big Ricky Gervais fans, both of us. Agreed?
Well, sure, yeah.
No? I mean, you are.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of people I know.
Strange guy.
Well, strange guy.
He's a strange guy.
But you think he's funny as fuck, though, right? And is like, you loved Extras.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
So I've tried to turn people on to Extras, which I think is it's my favorite comedy show ever. And people are, I just didn't get it. So, I mean, that's the funny thing about comedy. You get I don't get guttural humor. I don't get poop jokes. I don't get, I don't know what it is about Monty Python. Is it slapstick that I don't get? Is it because it's kind of, I like Keeping Up Appearances, and I like a lot of British humor. I loved Benny Hill, but Monty Python for me is kind of lost.
Versus Alec Baldwin. So Clint Eastwood keeps his teeth like, my wife wish she was over here. It's like, get off my lawn. He has that thing. Alec Baldwin has this inquisitive, he has this smoky thing. One of the Bryan Cranston, he is one of the deepest voices. People don't.
He does have a very deep voice, but
Skyler.
Yeah,
he's like, I did everything I could, Skyler. He's all.
I think he invented it though, because I remember he was on so many shows for so long. He made it so late in life.
Yeah,
and I think he figured it out. I think that guy did the math in his head.
That's what happened to Pacino. Pacino was all high pitched.
So high.
Attica.
You come into my house.
Yeah.
While my children try to play with their toys.
Yeah,
that's the worst. While my children play with their toys.
Where my children play with their toys? In my house.
In my house.
Squeaky. Yeah, it was squeaky. And then all of a sudden, it became hoo-ha. It became
a lot of cigarettes and a lot of whiskey, I think.
I think as an actor, he made the decision. That's my theory. I don't know if I'm right. I think he went, I don't want to be that squeaky guy anymore. I want to be, he wanted to be.
He didn't have the Oscar
have
yet.
That big voice. Yeah.
That guy got passed up on The Godfather, Dog Day Afternoon, Cruising, all those amazing films that guy made, and still got overlooked by the Academy until he went, hoo-ah, and boom, Oscar. And it was a change, but unfortunately for Al, he never kind of left that. Kind of stuck with it the whole time. But I've said this before, and I don't know if I've said it on the show with you, but if we all love Al Pacino. If you've not seen a film, it's charming as hell, called Danny Collins, where he plays an old rock star. It's a terrific film. Bobby Cannavale is in it. And that's a guy with a great voice, Bobby Cannavale. I think that guy does too much, because he could be a bigger thing, because he's a big handsome guy, and he's got a really kind of New Yorky scratchy voice, but he does too many cameos. But he's in that film, and and it's terrific. And it's Pacino showing his range, which is so cool because you haven't seen that. He's been kind of stuck in this thing for a while. And like, who gives a shit what Dirk Kennedy thinks about fucking Al Pacino? Because like, what the fuck do I know? He's Al Pacino. You know who I am? Nobody. But let me make a comment on Al Pacino used to talk like this. You come into our...
That's right.
While my children play with their toys.
That's pretty good, actually. We want to wrap it up.
It was a masculine child. It was a boy, Michael. Yeah,
it was a boy.
We should. Anyway, that's probably a good idea. Thanks, guys. Let's go through super chats. Thank you so much, everybody. Ray.
Hey, I put it on the handmade alligator.
Yeah, it looks pretty beautiful. Yeah, that looks great.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a more beautiful watch in the world than the Omega Speedmaster. Sorry, it just isn't. Andrew Wolkowicz, JHB, Ray, Handsome Joe LaFaro, past $5. Carolyn Martin, you're on fire tonight. Would you just call me, please? Ray, Hippie PA, Eddie. Hello, Eddie. Carolyn Martin again, you crazy person. Ray, Eddie. Carolyn Martin again, you're on fire tonight. Ray, Joe LaFar, Handsome Joe LaFar. Thanks so much, everybody. There's the Patreon Pantheon. That's right down there on the bottom. Thanks so much for a fun Friday night. I don't think there was too much scandal, but it is what it is. You want to say something scandalous and start a fire?
No. No.
Who is the sexiest woman in the world? This goes to show you straight, hetero guy, single, 50-ish. Who is okay? Ready for this? You get to go on a dinner date with one woman, expensive.
Oh, Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I couldn't deny you that because she's
a dinner date.
Yeah, I'm talking about like all expenses paid. Doesn't like the Osteria to Il Toscana. How about that? You know, you're going to go to Modena, right? Kate Blanchett. Okay.
The hottest woman in the world right
now?
No.
I didn't ask that. I asked, you have the opportunity to have a dinner date with one woman, all expenses paid at the greatest restaurant in the world. Who is it? Is it her?
It's Kate Blanchett. The hottest one in the world right now is on my radar. I'll put it up on Instagram. I mean, she's maybe a shitwit. I don't know. Kate Blanchett is
the furthest
everything
thing
else.
From a shitwit ever.
Yeah, exactly. So, how do I find shit on? Oh, okay. It's this woman here. This is the hottest person, a woman on earth right now. Her name is Laura Celia.
I mean, that's Morgan Fairchild. She looks like the most plastic Barbie doll ever.
She's not plastic in any way.
You don't think that nose is fake? I guarantee you.
No, she's Dutch. They have these little
because they all have that. You know who Morgan Fairchild is?
Nope.
She's not from 1953.
Yeah, right. That's the hottest woman on earth at the moment.
When I see that, I just go, oh God, Jesus Christ. I just think straight guys. It's just like it's like straight bait. Fairchild. That's when I see that.
Born lucky.
Morgan Fairchild. Images. You know this girl. I mean, that is just like what Hugh Hefner wants you to think. That nose is, I guarantee you that nose is complete.
I'll bet you $1,000 right now that it's not.
How could you say that?
No person in the world has that nose. I can tell.
Look where she is. She's going to Le Crillon right now. She's in Paris at Le Crillon.
That's fucking stunning.
Do you remember this girl? You remember this girl.
Oh my God, she's from 1960 or whatever.
No, it's in the 70s. But Morgan Fairchild, like that was the nose. That's completely fake. Here. There you go. That's what that girl looks like. She looks like one of these broads.
Yeah, not really. Not really.
Not really.
No, not really.
I mean, it's just like when I think of strip clubs, I go, "Oh, jeez." I don't understand why gay guys go to fucking clubs to watch guys dance.
This is not a strip club, girl.
This girl doesn't look like she does porn.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
She looks like a porn star to me. And you know what? Because I'm not biased,
Stars
I've watched a lot of straight porn.
Never that good looking, and that's why they do porn.
You don't think that there's
because when you look like that, when you look like fucking Claudia Schiffer or whatever, you don't have to do porn. When you have that kind of beauty,
people do porn because they have to do porn?
Yeah, because they don't have.
I don't think that's true at all. People do it because it's a business opportunity. People do OnlyFans because it's a business opportunity, a way to make money.
Sure, but first, okay, so why doesn't Kate Blanchett do porn?
Because she's not sexy enough. She's not this chick. This chick is porn star material. Kate Blanchett is not. Guys don't want to watch her get railed
the way I do.
But Kate Blanchett is not a traditionally sexy looking broad.
Kate Blanchett doesn't have to do porn because Kate Blanchett has other.
I agree.
Oh look, she's fucking here.
Oh God, look, she's right in front of your gaff.
Yeah.
No, I mean that nose is absolutely Michael Jackson's doctor did that for her.
No chance.
I'm gonna find pictures of that girl pre-nose job.
So my ex Vanessa's her nose was fake, correct? Because she had the same nose.
That I don't.
It was not fake.
Carolyn Martins, you want to say hair extensions? But to be fair, Carolyn, every single woman on the planet Earth right now uses hair extensions. Every girl on Instagram, every actress, it's just become a part of the world. And, you know, in a way, because back in the day, women used to wear falls and stuff. That's not a problem. But I think plastic surgery and all that stuff is crazy. I was unaware of her, but I didn't know her well enough. Do you think but that nose is so teeny tiny. It's so pinched and so small. And I know you have a little penchant for like the little baby doll face.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Hey, some guys like that. What's the name of that Jewish broad that you hate? Somebody has jerked off to her.
Who?
Vice. What's her name?
Daniela Vice.
Yeah, somebody has. Hey,
is it active to someone?
Every old sock meets an old shoe.
That's right.
There is something for everybody in this horrific world. But I think like when noses are that small, that's really crazy. I mean,
okay. Now I'll tell you something that perhaps you don't know. When people get plastic surgery to make their nose look small and buttony like that, it's because they're trying to copy other people who were born naturally with that kind of
Okay,
it's like
don't defend her as if you know that that's natural.
People say
Michaela
de Chatillon has fake lip injections. She doesn't. Women get fake lip injections to look like Michaela's lips.
Right.
So
well, that's
it doesn't mean that every time you see big lips
her
like that means that it's surgery. It means there's a lot of people.
He's taking it so personally.
It's so tiring. Fucking tiring.
She's just like, it's caricature-ish to me.
Yes, she was born that way. They noticed it. Then she became a model.
Who are they?
They who get her on Instagram and do all the photography and the promotion and all of that. The same day that are in Hollywood who find an actor or an actress.
What's her name?
Promote them. Her name is Laura, whatever, Selev or whatever.
Selev.
I can't remember now. You've turned me off. I'm just in conversation so retarded.
It's not. Listen, I'm trying to find the comedy and you're taking it personally. It's like, okay, I'm just saying that nose looks just completely artificial to me. It might not very well be. And she's beautiful. And I look forward to the nuptials. And I mean, listen, you make fun of every single dude I've ever found attractive. So shut the fuck up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're like he likes the lorry driver.
Yeah, well, that's your taste. That's all right. Everybody's
It's your
entitled.
taste, Dirk.
Everyone's entitled to their
No,
taste.
God, they are, and that's what makes the world go round. Because every old sock meets an old shoe. They're like, I mean, I have never ever found pretty for men beautiful. I've never been attracted to pretty men. I don't like it. I don't like Brad Pitts and those.
That's right. That's
Leonardo DiCaprio, and like everybody else does. I've never liked it. I like the guy that's throwing the bin in the back of the truck. I just find that more attractive.
Sure.
You know, and like that's what makes the world go round, because there's some guys that like girls that have like really short pixie cuts, and then there's guys that like the long flowing blonde, big titted, that shit. That's the beauty of the world. My JS, who you know very, very well, he's married to one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my physical life. She's from Hungary. Yes. She's first of all, she's crazy smart. She just has big, giant blue eyes, the most beautiful brown hair you've ever seen in your life. And she went on in life in Hungary, and no one ever paid any attention to her. And when John met her in Connecticut, when she moved here, he was like, oh my God, I just met the most beautiful girl in the world. She got out of that Hungarian competition world where like everybody from Svetlana's, they're all gorgeous. She came here and he fell madly in love with her. She wore no makeup, no push-up bras, no sexy stuff. And when I met her, and then I met her brother, who happens to be a monk, in Nepal. And he showed up with a shorn head and an orange tunic. And Paul goes, I've never seen more beautiful people in my life. They're just that family was just so beautiful. But because of the artifice and because of the Western, I guess, think about all those women under the burqas that are so beautiful. And we've never got to see them.
Well, we shouldn't see them. That's the whole point.
Well, because you want to fuck them and you've not.
Because look. That's younger me. Look at the nose.
Is that Vanessa?
Yeah. Look at the nose.
If she hit me, look at the size. Look at the size of your face. You look like you weigh 125 pounds there.
I know.
Look at that shot. Jesus Christ. I mean, I knew you when. We all knew each other when, but my God.
And I wasn't even that skinny even then. I was a lot skinnier before that. But that's age, guys.
Do you know who she looks like in that picture? Meghan Markle.
100 pounds lighter, DJ. It was
20.
2010.
We do 20.
2012.
Me and Asheen have done 20 up and down
a long time lives.
We do 25.
Who doesn't look better 15 years ago? All of us.
We all do, man. Youth is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful when they're young. Remember that, guys. Even if you're an ugly cunt, when you were young, you were beautiful.
You want to see even lighter? Because I wasn't even that light back then.
You look super. You know how when you're doing it well, when your head looks too big for your body. Oscar Isaac in this movie I just saw, which was weird. His head was way too big for his body. Steve Carell.
That's going back farther.
Yeah, you look great there, though. Look at that sexy shirt, though. Look at that.
That's
stage gear, leather trousers.
Valentino.
Don't tell me that this is the Bergdorf show.
That's the Bergdorf show.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We're elderly men now.
Of course, I'm 51. The fuck do you expect?
That was that long ago, where you looked like a fucking absolute ride. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, you were there.
You're a rake.
I was a rake.
They had to fucking change the carpet that night because everybody.
Here's the funny thing. When I was with the doctor, who was fucking like that as well. I can pull up a photo of that shit. She was looking back at photos because obviously I'm pretty well documented. She's like, "You look better now." Yeah, I can see that, but you look better now. I'm more into you now.
Yeah.
And she wasn't being kind because that bitch didn't know how to be fucking kind.
No.
So it just depends on the time, and everybody changes. Look at Alec Baldwin now versus when he was 30. There's no shock about that. It's called aging.
It's
called
impossible to
food.
see how beautiful. When you see Alec Baldwin now, it's impossible to see that at one point
Who
he was
he
the most
was.
beautiful man in the world. And
Yeah.
he was. He really, truly was the most beautiful man in the world.
Yeah.
And they made fun of that on 30 Rock, but it's escalated so badly. Can I make a funny joke? Do you mind if I make a joke about the
Sure.
first thing that Vanessa ever said to me?
You've said it 100 times.
I've never said it on the show.
You've said it 100 times on the show.
So I have Alzheimer's, guys. That's the show. Thanks so very much.
Yeah, you've said it many, many times.
Have
man.
I?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've done it on the show.
You've
I think
said it
it's
so many times.
because
on the
it's just such an outrageous thing for somebody you don't know to say. That's like walking up to somebody saying, "What's your like? Let me see your vulva." Like it's the weirdest thing for anybody to say to a person you don't know.
kind of an oversharer.
She's an overshare. Well, that's probably true. And you
Yeah.
know, we're Irish, so we don't share anything. I mean, in general, except on YouTube, which we all do.
Except on YouTube when we talk about everything.
I mean, I think she had a magnetic sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think she was beautiful? No. You've had mega beautiful girlfriends, and I think she's maybe close to the bottom of the rung for beauty, actual beauty. And like you had a girlfriend that was a little bit on the chubbier side, who might have been the most beautiful girl you've ever been with.
Yeah.
Her face was just,
Yeah, because beauty is a different kind of thing.
but my God, her face was just so beautiful. So, like, I mean, like, listen, that's the beauty of the world. What makes taste go around? You know, we all like different things. Some people like I said, Motley Crue gives rock and roll a bad name. You know, people love Iggy Pop and they love the Stones and they love Bowie and everybody loves what they love, and that's what makes the world go around. And that's why, hopefully,
Here's a doctor at the Excelsior.
Oh yeah,
walking back from the.
I mean, that's just
She's 5'11".
Yeah, there's like a Duran Duran video.
Yeah.
Out in the city, out on the wild. I mean, that's what that
But
is.
you know what? Time goes by.
I mean, she's crazy. She's beautiful. She's up there on the echelon of beauties. But my God, we sat around a table at Christmas time and went, oh God.
What happened to that? Yeah.
Like
fucking deranged.
How do you tell a Sheen, oh, your girlfriend's nuts?
Right.
What do you do when and that's a very hard thing to do when somebody's in love with somebody, you know, and it's somebody you love. What do you do when do you say something? Do you not say something? Because eventually she could be the mother of your children, or it's a very,
you got to be careful. Yeah,
got to
that's
be
right.
super crazy careful about how
Yeah.
you react to that stuff. And I remember going, oh boy.
You remember
But,
that Christmas?
Oh, I
me.
remember it to this. Woo! Do I remember
Christ.
that? It was just so rough. But anyway, that's the right way of the world. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much. It's 9:00. 3 hours of the show. Sorry about all the stuff. We'll figure that all out. It's beyond our control. There's nothing we can do. But thanks everybody for all your great stuff. I'll see you on Sunday for Sunday Mass. I guess we're doing the Met Gala on Monday for sure, right?
Met Gala. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to, right?
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's going to be there because she's a model. Because she's so beautiful. She looks like Fred Flintstone after a fucking makeover. That's who she looks like. Anyway, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, just like our dear friend who did that amazing documentary, we're going to give people enough rope to hang themselves. Let them talk as long as they can, and let them prove to you and to the entire world what they are. What are they? What are they? Tell me what they are, people. What are they? Shane, tell me what they are.
I can't.
No, dude.
It's just like a little,
Wait a second. I want you to
little
do it.
whiny cunt.
I want you to do it for real, right?
I
What
can't
are
do
they?
it. I can't do it. You
Yeah,
do
you
it.
can.
You sing it.
No,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
They're
You're annoying me tonight.
I'm
Just sing
annoying
it.
you.
Yeah.
They're a cunt.